Wait, what voice am I doing?
Oh God! Hi
What voice am I
everyone. We're here again with Angels with Scaly Wings with some slight changes, but we'll get to that. With me today is Dav,
No.
Draco,
Rar.
Dronon,
Lidurumanai Lectaribar Tirinchai, Ekbat Desabat.
Skeels. I'm just gonna say Skeels. Easier.
Hello, everybody. My name's Skillsr. Welcome to the stream.
And Sky.
Roar.
So yeah, today we had to find a couple of replacements because some people couldn't make it today. So yeah, Draco and Skeel here joining us today to help with the voices when they.
Let's call him Shadow.
Shadow, fine. Yeah, there we go. That works too. But yes, we are back again with Angels of Scaly Wings, and where we last left off, we are coming close to our final confrontation with Reva after getting a bit of a real revelation with the administrator, as they like to call themselves. Finding out all the dragons were essentially bioengineered in Earth's distant past, no less, because why not?
I have no idea what's going on.
Can I just say
Yes.
that for bioweapons, they're being murdered pretty frequently?
Well, because their mental programming was changed, so they didn't become just dangerous lunatics.
I'm a
This is true.
Terminator. I'm programmed to kill.
Just to give you the absolute minimum requirement here, Draco, last stream we discovered that the portal doesn't take you to alternate worlds. It takes you to it's a time machine, or at least it was never intended to be used as a time machine, but it got messed up and it became a time machine. And you're in the past. So far in the past, dinosaurs were supposed to be walking the earth, but this dude arrived a couple thousand years ahead of you or so, like even farther back.
They don't even know either.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. He said it could be hundreds, could be thousands of years. But in any case, he used his lab that was meant to be used as to create bioweapons and modified the dinosaurs into thinking, talking dragons with human qualities. The thing is that because the dragons were because the base program was meant to be used as bioweapons with human intelligence, they were pre-programmed with human level of thinking, all the way down to they make furniture for humans, despite the fact that it's not really comfortable for them.
Uh-huh.
Also, how did they get dragons? Fucked if I know. I don't even think they properly explained that later on, but we'll get to that.
No, he did. He said that the bioweapon lab had all the necessary equipment of genes to integrate functionalities like flying and weapons and stuff like that. So he just gave him the necessary kit to make a dragon.
And unfortunately, the comet that destroyed the original dinosaurs is still on schedule.
Yep.
In a few weeks.
Unless
Time
mind-scouring.
travel bad.
Also, unless mind-scouring news, we finished our little relationship plot with Blue Dav, who
Blue Dav.
who revealed that they are intersex, and we told them that it's all right. They're not strange for it, and need to feel better about themselves.
Yeah, cute Lorne.
And now we have one more person to visit before the final chapter.
I guess Lorne is one of the very few who can actually be a Drakeness.
Anyways.
So who is it that you want me to voice so that I know when to pop in?
That's between you and Skill here. We have three characters. Reza, the human, male.
Mhm.
Kind of a mightier-than-thou mentality. Kind of like the smarty pants, but he's not a nerdy smarty pants.
It's
Oh,
more.
Dronon, you
you
should
got-
take that.
I
Skill share, you should take that one, I think.
I wouldn't call him smarty pants. I'm more like tough guy who's
Yeah, I could take the
he's
holier
been
than thou
he's been
tough
through
guy
he's
attitude if you
he's
really
been
want me
through a
to.
lot, and he's he's kind of got into his own head that he's kind of the hero of his own story.
He's a survivalist at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have Bryce the Dragon, who is the police chief, who's a little bit of a beefcake, very sweethearted.
I think I could handle that.
And we
I
have
was thinking
Maverick, the Black
Shadow
Dragon.
and I was thinking Shadow could do Bryson Maverick.
Oh, I'm trying to lay it down so that you guys can choose.
I was gonna say,
And
you need me to do if Maverick's kind of like the tough guy, where it's like every day sounds the same. Every day.
Well,
yeah, Maverick is
I was
dark
gonna
and
be the
foreboding.
goddamn hero.
Maverick's Maverick's very like he's way too much into his job, and the prequel comment hasn't reached that point of just why yet, so we figured out why.
He's angry, he's suspicious of everybody, and he's very untrusting.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
So
the question is,
we basically have. Go ahead, Mel.
I was also gonna say, I guess since we're gonna have Steel Shadow do Reva later, I guess Draco can do Kevin, who we're going to be meeting with for the last dragon.
Kevin was the fluff, right?
Yes, Kevin was that random fluff who was just
so
a pure side character, pretty much.
He was like the college recruiter or something like that.
Yes.
So Skeel is going to do Reza and Maverick, and Draco's going to do Bryce.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Right.
He's meeting with Kevin. As I said to the before we continue, as I said to the others, after this will be the final chapter, and pretty much the only characters that should be involved is the administrator, Reva, and Blue Dav. Besides me, obviously, because story can't continue without me, because I'm the protagonist and the camera.
Show must go on.
That'd be
Everything's
really
in
awkward
first
if the-
person.
The narrator dies halfway through the story. Everyone's just kind of standing around awkwardly.
Speaking of, have you seen? I believe that's Excel Saga.
No.
The main character gets hit by a bus 2 minutes into the first episode.
Spoilers.
Honestly,
You
that
have to
reminds me.
listen to
Did they
all
end
the
up in
side
another
characters
world?
standing around talking about what just happened because the lines are amazing.
Dang, what was it? There was a
saying-
TV show or a game, one or the other, where it was like a narrator, like in the first person kind of thing. They die, and promptly a different narrator takes over. I can't remember what it was from.
You're saying that protagonist that got hit, his storyline got thrown under the bus, huh?
Oh.
You'll fit in so well.
Yeah, okay, we're moving on now.
Waka waka waka.
These are the demons you chose, Mel. These are the demons you chose.
I didn't choose one of them. Actually, I didn't even choose both of them. These are the demons that you guys chose for me.
You're
I'm
welcome.
innocent.
You're welcome.
That must be him. Rico, you're up.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Hello.
Good to see you again.
This is where you live, hmm?
For the time being.
That's pretty nice for a small town like this one.
Are you not from around here?
No, I'm just here for the job until next semester starts. Basically, I'm trying to drum up interest for the college and see if there's anyone around who'd like to apply for it.
And how's that working out?
Well, I haven't actually met any candidates out here so far. For a town like this one, it's typical for the young people to go into an apprenticeship to prepare for their future job rather than go to college. But if there's anyone willing, we want to find them.
Even out here?
Yeah, there's always a need for more highly educated people in the cities as they expand.
Cities? That's the first I hear of cities in this world. I thought this town was where it's at.
And you've really been missing out. This town isn't really all that special when it comes down to it.
Oh, if only you knew. If only you knew, sweet summer child.
I've lived in the city for most of my life. Of course, that's where the college is. I don't think they've built one out here anyway.
I think as an ambassador, they'd show me around a bit. But apparently that isn't the case.
Your visit is a bit of a political issue right now. The bottom line is that it's also for your own protection. Everything surrounding the portal has been a well-kept secret. People know that it exists and that we currently have human visitors, but the exact location is only known to those who live here. If it ever got out, I don't think this town could face the ensuing torrent of tourists trying to catch a glimpse of you. Travel's been restricted as well. There are strict conditions for people who want to come out here. The only reason I was allowed to do is because this isn't the first time I'm doing this job. People out here already know me. Heck, I didn't even know this was the town in question until I arrived and heard everyone talking about you.
Well, I'm glad that you're taking this matter seriously.
They certainly are.
I'd like to know more about these cities you talked about, though.
Well, I can only speak about the one I live in, but what do you want to know?
Oh, I only really have this town as a point of reference. So, why don't you tell me about what's different?
Gee, that's only pretty much everything. Out here, living in general seems to be a lot cheaper than it is in the city, and there's a lot more room for everything. There are green spaces, fields, parks, and farms. You don't really see that in the city. People are more laid back here and there's a bigger sense of community as everyone pretty much knows everyone else, which can be both good and bad. For example, rumors travel fast and survive well in areas like this one. In the city, you can just make new friends when this happens, but out here, a few well-placed stories can mean social death.
Honestly, it could be the same case in the city, but depends on what how high where the stories go, anyways.
In the city, it's much more crowded. Buildings pretty much line the streets, and there isn't any room for anything else. But with the clubbing scene and opportunities for socializing, there's no shortage of potential friends. There are also many different jobs and education opportunities that you wouldn't find out here.
Like what?
Creative jobs of all kinds, for example. Game designers, writers, artists, that kind of stuff.
I feel certain someone is self-projecting a little.
The same goes for teaching positions in those areas as well. For example, if I wanted to learn how to write a romance novel, I can find a course for that easily. Out here, that would be a lot more difficult. Know what I mean?
I mean, they can always go online and go to Skillshare. I mean,
Ah,
They have no internets. That's why rumors die in cities. There's no communication.
oh, yes, absolutely.
in a way, it feels like you're always busy when you live in the city. The streets are usually filled with people trying to get somewhere. Of course, this is also a side effect of the small apartments, as people tend to go out more often and seek entertainment elsewhere.
And which do you prefer?
In the end, I suppose I prefer the city. That's not to say that I think one is better than the other, different strokes for different folks and all that. You know, out here, people would probably laugh at some of the things I do in my free time. But in the city, you get enough like-minded people to even get conventions going about all kinds of things.
Oh, conventions. too
Oh,
long.
pre-2020.
Uh-oh, is he a Hume?
Don't.
A group of smart people would be conventional wisdom.
What could? Anyways, what conventions do you go to?
I like all kinds of geeky things. Cartoons, comics, that stuff. I've even written a few fanfics before, since I can't really draw all that well.
You have a feeling he's a class human. Hume. Aren't cartoons usually for kids? I want to slap my protagonist self.
That's like saying books are usually just for kids. Cartoons are just a medium. Of course, there are some that are aimed at kids, but there are cartoons for adults as well. Yeah, this guy is me. In a nutshell.
Cartoons for adults. I see. Is that just porn?
I'm pretty sure it's just porn. Not like that. Well, I mean, there are cartoons like that, but that wasn't what I was talking about.
In any case, what else falls under the geeky interest for you?
I think we just found a fluffy, I think Kevin is Fluffy Draco.
I was going to connect to a convention of a particular nature, and now I won't. Let's see. I guess you could say I'm kind of a techie. I do like following news about technology and hearing about new developments in the industry.
Oh, you must be pretty interested in the portal then.
Oh, right. I didn't even consider I could actually go there and check it out. If I knew where it was, that is.
I could show you.
If you did that, you'd be like the coolest human I've ever met.
Be the only human
And
you ever
also the only human.
Okay, this is Draco in another form.
I suppose you'd be that by default since you're also the only human I've ever met, but you get the idea.
met. Listen. Let's just go.
I'll be right behind you.
So I do have to ask, if they do get the internet and they make their own version of Twitter, being that they're so far back in the dinosaur days, would their service be called Optrix?
Archaeopteryx.
It'd also probably start World War IV for them.
Bird-like flying dinosaur.
Anyways, there it is in all its glory.
That looks so much cooler than I thought it would.
Oh, state your business.
Hey, it's okay. I just wanted to show the portal to my friend here, that's all.
Well, friend, you can look, but don't touch anything, and no photos either.
Do I look like I have a camera?
Well, you could be hiding something in your fur.
Are you even gonna give me a pat down?
I don't think so. What's that, though?
Flyers for our Midwest institution. I could give you one if you're interested in going back to school.
No, thank you. I'm quite happy with my current job, which is protecting the portal from any unsavory individuals.
I'm quite unsavory.
What's up with you, Sebastian?
Does that mean you have no taste?
Only in my mouth.
Doing my job, Mel. He could be a spy.
Really? Really?
There has been a lot of interest in the portal from the cities. They have made us offers, but for now, we're not doing anything until we see how your visit turns out.
Hasn't quite been turning out great, but
Could be a spy, and all I can think of is that spy is sapping my portal.
In the end, it's just a political power struggle. Small towns like us have to protect our interests.
And in the process, reinforce the stereotype of country bumpkins being conspiracy nuts. High five.
You know, I could arrest you, right?
Respect is a two-way street, just saying.
Trust is good, but control is better. It's just a matter of perspective.
Well, I think I've seen enough here anyway. Let's head back, Mel.
Sure. You're not going to leak anything, are you?
Of course not. Now that I think about it, I totally could, though.
Oh, really?
I have some connections and a potential audience.
Now you're starting to sound like Sebastian had a point.
Not really. I just know a few people from the writing. I just know a few people from writing a column in our college magazine. It got popular enough that it was even featured in the local newspaper for a while.
Oh, just put in the same chat.
That sentence garden path me.
My stream frame rate is worse than the stream one. That's because I have it set to 15 here on Discord.
No. Like, I'm seeing text well after it's been said.
That's normal. As long as you keep watching the Discord, you'll be okay. It's just the ingest server is going to be slow for you because the Mel is in Canada with me.
Interesting. What did you write about?
Nothing special, really. It was just commentary about current events.
See, guess you were pretty involved in your local community then.
Not more than anyone else, I think.
What's it like to actually live on campus?
College in general is a pretty unique period in life, I'd say. Something I've noticed is that some people are not prepared for the independence they have when living on campus. You're given a chaotic schedule when you have nothing to do on some days, whereas on others you're kept busy with classes, homework, and other things you have to do. With study buddies, roommates, and classmates, it's not really hard to make new friends. You also get to meet a lot of people who share similar interests from taking the same classes or being in the same clubs as you. And don't forget about the dorms. So all these people pretty much are always within reach. Which can be both good and bad. You can be tempted to hang out with friends when you really should be studying. For many people, it becomes the first taste of real freedom and independence. Some just handle it better than others, I suppose. That can be a problem with team projects, for example. There's always someone who ends up never showing up and not doing their part of the work. For me, it's not really a problem since I enjoy what I'm doing here. I don't mind the homework, and sometimes I read up on subjects in advance so I don't get left behind. I've even corrected the professor once or twice during a lecture.
I think that wouldn't be a good idea with certain kinds of professors.
Well, with ours, I was even allowed the privilege of giving a guest lecture for my own class once.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was talking about.
Come on, learning can be fun. It certainly is for me.
I suppose being able to have that kind of attitude makes it a lot easier.
It certainly does.
Well, let's see if it keeps up once you've had a few more semesters under your non-existent belt.
I don't have pants. Don't be so negative. And just for your information, I do have a belt at home. Besides, it's not as if I'm some sort of antisocial hermit who only focuses on his studies. I just know when to say no to my friends.
Oh, really?
Yes, usually we get together on the weekends to do some cooking together. People can only stand so much frozen food before they get sick of it, and eating out in the city can add up pretty quickly if you're not careful.
I see.
We rotate the cook every week, but apparently people are looking forward to when it's my turn. I've got a lot of compliments from my homemade mac and cheese.
Now you're making me hungry.
I bet they all miss it, but they're gonna get a taste of it. They're gonna get a taste of it again once summer vacation is over in a month or two.
Isn't the plant still around then? And in the meantime, you're just standing out here handing out flyers?
Yep, it's good to help our college, and I can also save up a bit in the process. It's certainly easier than trying to juggle a job and homework at the same time later on if things get tight.
What were you studying again?
Psychology.
I see. Alright, go ahead and analyze me right now.
It doesn't really work like that.
I know. You just passed the test.
Oh, I know what you're getting at. Maybe I'll steal that test from you, though. Might be worth trying it out on a few people I know.
Be my guest. On a more serious note, tell me something about what you're learning.
What? Anything?
I just want to get an idea of the subject, and whether it's comparable to our own understanding of psychology.
Ah, I see. Well, I could tell you about an old and very simplified model of our psyche that we got taught in introductory classes.
Sounds good.
Okay, so this model divides our psychic apparatus into three distinct parts: id, ego, and superego. The id represents our most basic desires and instinctual drives, that is, our physical needs and wants, hunger, thirst, as well as our desires and impulses.
What's the difference?
An impulse is more like wanting to lash out in anger, for example. The id seeks out an immediate gratification for these urges. It is in conflict with the superego, which represents learned behavior like cultural and moral rules and societal standards, the kind of stuff we learn about from our role models like parents, teachers, and guardians.
Also, Leo, thank you so much for the tip. Thank you very much.
Oh, that helps a lot. Thank you, Leo.
A thing I can't see. The superego is the part that forms our conscience and controls our sense of right and wrong. It seeks to uphold these standards to perfection, which most of the time goes against what the id wants at any given moment.
How does that sound for when people tip through stream elements? I guess I had to check if it's actually. I guess I need to double check it in the future. But anyways, let's continue. Sound like you had to rote learn a lot of this. Or is that note learn?
It was rote learn, as in learn to memorize.
Ah.
And I would agree with that particular
Learn by
comment.
rote. Mm-hmm.
If those internalized rules are broken, this misbehavior is punished by the superego with feelings of guilt and shame. This way, we're compelled to behave in accordance with those rules, even if the id tempts us to do otherwise. And in between those two conflicting parts of us, there's the ego, who is trying to mediate. It represents our rational mind that seeks to please the id's drives in a way that doesn't harm us or goes against the superego's goals. However, it also serves in another master, the external world. The ego includes all our decision-making and how we respond to external stimuli. Ultimately, it is the one calling the shots while trying to balance the needs of the id, the superego, and the external world. And there you have it, an outdated, simplified model of psyche. It still serves as a good introduction now.
Thank you. Actually, I think I may have heard something about this like this before. Why did you go with psychology in particular?
Because I'm fucking crazy. I'm just interested in how people work, I suppose. It's also an incredible diverse subject. And so are the potential jobs. Just being able to understand people is a huge factor in many fields, and the skills you learn can come in handy in all areas of life, really. When people hear about psychology, most usually think of psychologists or psychotherapists, but they can also be counselors for communities and organizations, researchers, or teachers.
Or marketers who know psychology well enough to manipulate people, but...
Shh! That's the black market version. You often see them teaming up with other professionals to influence every part of society. Let's think about hospitals, courtrooms, prisons, even schools and universities. They can also become coaches for high-performance jobs where they work with CEOs, athletes, and performers of all kinds. Every institution and every business that works with people can profit from the presence of someone who has studied psychology.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why you'll also find this kind of knowledge incredibly helpful when you're a manager or in sales, because those jobs require empathy and understanding your client's needs. A communications degree will also help out.
Mm-hmm.
It is otherwise completely worthless.
Understanding empathy and actually requiring it seems to be two different things, but let's not get too political here.
Understanding people is just something that can come in handy pretty much wherever you go, and that's what psychology is all about. Even in video games, psychology is a factor. Horror games are an obvious example, but also with tutorials or UI design and how people interact with your game. Psychology and player expectation are always going to be a factor.
God, this talk is making it hard for me to get a go in a political hand, especially now that he brought up video games.
Would you like this loot box?
It's a mystery box.
It's a surprise
It's in
mechanic.
the gamble.
I think I get the idea.
Out here, I think a lot could still be done to improve the image of the field, you know.
What do you mean?
There's a bit of a stigma to admitting you need help, especially when you're doing fine physically. Words are hard.
I know.
For them, it's a sign of weakness, so in order to preserve their image, they hide everything away. But locking away those feelings doesn't really solve the problem. If anything, it only makes it worse.
Guilty.
Is that something
I'm just
you
gonna
like to
drown
work with?
myself in alcohol.
I'm just gonna drown myself in Dr. Pepper.
Me, honestly, I don't know if I could tackle big issues like that. It's good for me that psychology is such a diverse field, because I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it yet, or what particular job I'd like to have after I'm done with my study.
I see. I think you still have plenty of time to figure that out.
And
Yes.
booze.
Plenty of time. Looks up at the sky.
About a week.
That's when Yokoji goes, so, in this college, do you have any astrophysicists?
Any astrologers or anyone that likes look at the sky with a telescope.
It's
But does society even have a space program to launch explosives into the... Anyway, we'll find out.
Before I came here for my summer job, I was interning at a psychotherapist's office for a month. I got to hear about some very interesting, but also tragic cases. I thought I wanted to help people with issues like that, but it scared me off. Sometimes it's pretty hard not to be affected by those stories, so I'm not sure if that's the right job for me.
But you already like working with people, right?
I don't know. Maybe interning there was a little too close to the sun for me. I have my own problems, man.
If you didn't, why would you be the one to hand out the flyers? It's just like you mentioned earlier. Psychology comes in handy with sales and some other jobs where you have to interact with people. Handing out flyers is pretty similar to that, don't you think?
I guess. Oh god, what has my life come to?
Well, you seem to be doing well enough with that. You're helping to bring your college and people together. And in this way, you're helping both.
It's been a lot of fun, too. After all, I got to meet you and even got a glimpse of the portal.
Who knows? Maybe one of those people you hand a flyer will one day turn out to be famous for their work.
No, I think that's a little bit too idealistic, but I get your point. It doesn't always have to be about big problems. Little problems need solving too. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff.
Like what you're eating on the weekend.
Haha, yeah. What about you, though?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to pry, but we've been talking all this time, and you know a lot more about me now than I do about you. Maybe you can't say anything about where you grew up or what you studied because it's top secret or whatever, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Well, I don't like talking about myself all that much, and I think there are some things that are better left unsaid. You know, like how my home is currently an apocalyptic hellhole, but I've said too much now already.
I see.
But if you're curious, I guess it's only fair I share a few things as well. You know, it's been fun talking about college. I already got a few degrees a while ago, and they're all completely useless. It was interesting to go hunting for jobs with my usual combination of degrees, but I thought that would open a few doors. Sorry, with my unusual combination, not usual. Ooh.
Well, it didn't open a door, but it did at least open a portal.
But
But before I got anywhere, our world underwent a few changes that made a lot of jobs obsolete. Let's just say that. And it's been a rough time ever since. And that was before the apocalypse happened. Turns out those degrees came in handy after all, though, because in the end, they enabled me to come here.
Oh, that just makes me realize, to the dragon's perspective, you guys are a post-apocalyptic society.
Pretty much. Well, they don't even know that though, except for 2 people, because we've only told 2 people about that Emerald race.
It's all about perspective. You know how we always imagine post-apocalyptic worlds? We are the post-apocalyptic world to them.
Exactly. Their apocalypse is just weeks or months away. That's the worst part. So it's like we're looking at the moment before the apocalypse hits, which makes things even worse.
Apocalypse.
I considered all the good and bad that's happened here since my arrival. But a vacation compared to home. And it looks like the vacation might come to an end soon. I don't know what's going to happen after that. I can only hope my visit here will start something that will mean a good change for your world. A very good change for your world. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I shouldn't be a downer, though. Sorry for bringing it up, and maybe that explains why I don't like talking about it. What's your professional opinion on this? Draco.
Whoops, I muted myself. Well, in my professional opinion as a flyer distributor, I'd recommend a generous application of hugs, but that's just me. You look like you need them.
Hugs? Yes?
Yes, hugs. Hugs are good. Fluffy hugs are even better.
Lem.
Well, he's got the fluffiest hugs in like the next like 4 miles here.
Right, let's go for it. I want fluffy hugs. I haven't had a chance to hug a dragon for a while. Long now. He took a step forward, and soon I found myself being enveloped in the furry dragon's embrace. With him pulling me close, it felt like a giant, furry blanket was all around me as the hairs tickled my exposed skin. After a few seconds, we parted, and he took a step back again. Wow, thank you, Shadow, for the $100 tip. Thank you very much.
Oh wow, thank you so much. That will help Mela massively. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Very, very much. Just like thank you for being here and helping out
I
here.
knew that hug would help. I hope things can get better for you in the future. I don't think I can do anything to help with that.
I know. You prefer the little problems.
It's getting dark. I should probably head out and look for a cave, or else I'll have to sleep in the streets. Again.
What are you talking about?
Well, it seems all these hostels are already full, despite the vetting process for visitors. Enough people got in to take all the available short-term lodging spots in this town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, despite only a few people knowing your location, or that of the portal, journalists and tourists are flocking to the towns hoping to catch a glimpse, or at least find a clue of your whereabouts. That only leaves me with the option of finding or renting a cave for the night, or sleeping in the streets. Not that I'd mind sleeping in a cave, but for someone like me, it's usually something for an adventurous weekend rather than a way of life. The rocks don't exactly make for the best bedding.
I mean, you could sleep here on the couch. What?
Really?
Yeah, there's plenty of room here. And it's kind of my fault you couldn't find another place anyway.
I guess that means that you don't share the officer's suspicions about being a spy, then.
Not really.
You know, I could totally take this room apart while you're sleeping.
You're not helping your case there. Besides, you won't really find anything special here.
Hey, I'd keep an eye on that copy of Draconic Desire you've got on your shelf there. I might be tempted to snatch it with you not looking.
Like I'd mind. If you need something for bedtime reading, feel free to help yourself.
Oh, I will. I will indeed.
System, you've met with Kevin.
Oh, finally.
Well, I think Draco happens to be the best Kevin we could possibly get.
Conflict.
Not that I took psychology classes.
After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who should I bring? Lorem!
Lorem or go alone?
Hey, there is an go alone ending too, so... After a few minutes of walking, I arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Oh, hey, Lorem!
Hey, Mel.
You were right. This will be much better than mingling with the crowds. I could do without all the extra noise and screaming.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do now?
Wait. I think it's starting. Oh,
My queen,
look.
a new follower has come to bask in your glory.
And Thank you for the follow, Shadow. We were quiet as we waited, and the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon, I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. It also sounded like the fireworks person is setting them off rather rapidly, not giving him a chance for such an early point in the show. Suddenly, terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was, and how it was told multiple times that everyone will be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Rezo to do anything he planned to do. I mean, Reza. This said Rezo. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Loram, I think we need to go. Now.
Oh, what's going on?
I know where Reza is.
Really?
We need to stop him.
We? What do you think I can do? He's twice the size as I am, and let's not forget about his weapon.
I could try to hold him off. You go and get help.
Alright. Where is he, anyway?
The underground building. Let's go. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off, and didn't appear to have been used recently. But it meant Reza was still here, somewhere. I looked around, think about where he could be, or if it was worth waiting for him here, when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew nearer.
Oh no.
I checked Sebastian for any signs of life, and found nothing. However, his body was still warm. Reza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Sebastian's guard post was not just for the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Reza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. The underground building. The administrator had told me about all the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would even be more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. We just said earlier, and also in the previous stream, that the administrator repaired it because they knew how to fix it.
He also did say that the portal will only operate for Mel, but Reza doesn't know that.
He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Reza here, but in the end, I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was roped on. As it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from afar before. Not Kevin, the administrator. I'm guessing you missed the whole scene with the administrator. the other day. When I entered the building, I was met by a...
Something slipped through. Sorry, I was trying to see what I was messaged, and apparently it was just a Discord call.
Oh. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Reza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground.
Mel, you're here. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we got everything. Come on, help me get with this. Let's get out of here.
No.
No? What are you talking about?
I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions.
You want to talk now? Sure, why not? Probably got a few hours if we wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We can get backup generators after we send this one over.
When did you realize we were in the past? How did you know about the comet?
Known for a while. That's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you?
I only recently found out.
Looking back, it seems just so obvious to me now. Not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there's so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different, independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it's just a different time.
Why do you people always choose to do this during these modes, not the romance modes? Why? What's the
Your audience is really weird with these RRRs.
Because we had to break the tension some. Well, thank you, Leo, for putting in points for the Ara. You weirdo.
When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs, and some of them here look pretty damn near identical to the dinosaurs we knew about. And then there are also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. But we don't even have to think that abstract. You just need to look at the sky. The sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course. But you know we can account for that kind of stuff. You could have just pointed your PDA at the sky and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You'd even see the meteorite in the sky and how it would change its position day after day.
Are you being condescending now?
I guess so.
But you killed those dragons, Reza.
What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock.
Why? Why did you do it?
Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. After I found out the truth about this place, I knew just waiting for the generators we were owed was not an option anymore. Would have taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of the dragons didn't go down easily. But who cares that they got the back generator I stole? Just this one, we won't need any of the others.
How could you do this?
How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there really in taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in just a few weeks anyways? Ones they killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. Even if that creep hadn't shown up and interrupting our meeting, we wouldn't have had the same time that's for them to make the generators for us.
How about we don't let them all die?
They aren't going to be extinct anytime soon, if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the hatchery another visit before I came here.
Rude.
With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, that's our companions, as long as we make the necessary changes. See, it's not as bad as you might think.
Is that an egg in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
I'm not just gonna. I'm not going to just abandon them like that, only for the whole civilization to be wiped out.
Get your priorities straight, Mel. Next, you'd rather starve because you suddenly empathize with the state. You're not satisfied just starving by yourself. No, you're going to let all of us starve because you want to impose your morals on everybody. Since when do you think that you have got to get any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequences. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know I don't care about corporal punishment. Just let me through, and you can do whatever you wish.
I can't do that, Misa.
I see how it is. They told you that they need this generator to stop the comet, huh? And now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have much vested interest in the whole thing as humanity does. That I and you do, or at least used to. Do you think they wouldn't do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours?
Their entire world is on the line here.
They live in perfect harmony with their perfect green energy source and no reason for wars or conflicts, yada, yada, yada. We had that too, and you know what happened then? Of course you do. This is such an idiotic trope, you know. Random person meets weird natives, learn their ways, and then ends up saving them. What do they need you for, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't themselves.
You know if you know of our sorry. You know of our suffering, yet you will let them have it?
I don't care what happens to them, but unlike you, at least I was trying to save humanity.
At any cost?
We have the solution right here, and you want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? They've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us.
Not like this.
You think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there's a perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here for a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got too used to all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they all die back home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours, you've discarded everything and everyone back home and replaced it with this. Maybe it's because you don't have a life back home. I can even understand that a little. Of course, it would be so nice just to stay here where they had everything we don't. But being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as we used to be. Pettiness, politics, say about the solar flare what you want, but it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. For all of our efforts, what do we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You, of all people, should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They haven't experienced how it is to live like we do now, to see the world burn and everyone you know die around you.
And because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them.
How many people you think died back home just in the 2 weeks you've been here because we didn't have power for the hospital, huh? Do you think those victims aren't worth mentioning, or do you just care about the few dragons I killed? Our city is the last bastion of a civilized society in a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you've forgotten about him, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be there in a month? A year? Are they just a statistic to you?
The same could be said for the dragons, you know.
What do you want to do? Talk me down from doing this? And then what? It's too late anyways. You think they're just gonna let us go after what I've done? Fat chance. Whatever you may think, you'll find that our leaders back home agree with my course of action.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I expect you to join me.
Well, that's not going to happen.
You call yourself an ambassador? This generation's the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this?
The dragons alone also need that generator. The dragons also need that generator. And I'll do what is necessary to stop you if I have to.
So, that makes you judge, jury, and executioner. What a wonderful set of morals you still have there, Mill.
We only need to wait until the comet has passed by safely. That's it.
Do you think you can stop the comet? And you need this generator to do that? Sure. And if your plan fails, then not only is this world gone, but we lose any and all hope save our own. We are so close now. We can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan when back home they are dying by the minute. I will not let you.
You only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you don't want to face the consequences of what you did. Why are you laughing about this?
Because it's a joke. It must be. I'm the one with the gun, and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me. Listening to you is fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't stop me now, anyway.
Maybe I can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Go ahead.
Maybe I can.
Suddenly, Maverick and Loram appeared next to me.
You planned this, didn't you, Mel? Traitor! And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick just because I thought there was still sort of humanity within you.
He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at.
Just let me go, and I'll forget this thing ever happened.
You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do you really think this is worth risking your life for?
I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne with your nice apartment? Besides, this generator in the whole building came from out of time. They belong to humanity.
Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza.
No, they belong to me.
Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, He was slowly walking towards him.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze!
Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us.
If you say so.
He pulled the trigger, and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick and Lorm started charging, so did I. Reza was quick to aim his gun, quick with his aim, and shot Maverick until he went down. Lorm took flight, and with a few beats of their wings, I was about to collide with Reza, but at the last moment, Reza got out of the way and hit Lorm with a well-aimed kick. In an instant, Reza was aiming at me. I quickly towed behind the box with the generator for cover, just before he pulled the trigger. While I was unharmed, a loud hiss suddenly started emanating from the box. I knew what was going to happen, and quickly started running towards the exit. Just as I reached the outside, the explosion battered my ears. The shockwave sent me flying briefly before I roughly collided with the ground. My vision blurred instantly, and all control left my body as I closed my eyes. I awoke to the sight of Reza aiming his gun at me.
The heck did you do to the portal?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Why can't I use it then? What happened to the coordinates? Dragons don't know that much about the portal, so it must have been you or that girl. You better give me something, or else I have no reason to let you live.
It was her.
Who is she?
I don't know.
They must have sent her through after you. The only question is why.
You were the only one who saw living. Maybe that's why they sent her.
I had my plan, and humanity was fine with it. You must have told them something to change their minds.
I've been in contact since the day I arrived here. I've got nothing to do with her. I just wanted a diplomatic solution.
That was the fucking plan. You weren't supposed to know anything about what I was doing.
If humanity knew, why would they send her then?
That's what I've been asking myself. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really matter anyway. She is the only one who knows how to use the portal again. And now that you've killed her, we're both stuck here.
You've got something to do with this, or else you wouldn't be so fucking smug about it.
No. I just like seeing you fail.
Stop denying it! You're gonna fix this right now. I'll find ways to make you talk.
Nothing you can do or say will change what's coming now.
What's that?
Turn around. Reza glanced back over his shoulder, just in time to see Maverick running towards him. He turned around, aiming his gun in Maverick's direction. Before he could fire, he grabbed his... Hold on a sec, I keep hearing Discord sounds. It's throwing me off. Before he could fire, I grabbed his hand and attempted to disarm him, but in the scuffle, a shot went off, and I suddenly found myself in a world of pain. I collapsed to the ground, still holding the gun. Maverick pounced and pinned Reza to the ground with all his weight.
What are you gonna do now, Reza? Not so strong anymore without your weapon, huh?
Kept you waiting, huh?
The voices faded as I watched the sky. My vision turned red, making it look as if the stars were bathing in a sea of blood. I resigned to my fate as I closed my eyes. Reza was apprehended and taken to jail. As communication between our worlds was no longer possible, humanity never learned of our fate in this timeline. They had decided that if our visit did not yield any results, they would no longer try their luck with the portal, and instead use their remaining energy to hold on as long as they still could. It was an uphill battle that was eventually lost when the city ran out of resources and fell. Reza warned the dragons of the comet and its danger, but without the generators from the underground building, their plan to redirect it ultimately failed.
Aw.
And that's the
Episode
Lorem
rocks.
bad ending.
Rocks fell and everyone died.
Oh man,
And I'm guessing Lorem died from the explosion.
Yes.
my
I
last
would've
lines
thought
were the
Reza.
paranoid, bureaucratic douchebag.
What's the matter?
Yeah, that's how the game goes.
It's because you didn't.
Is this all because we didn't find a way to activate that stupid sphere?
Yep, they had some.
Yeah, we didn't get the charging panel in it because we didn't go to the archives.
One small thing like that, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
It's if you don't go to the right place or say the right thing, you can easily end up with the bad ending.
And Remy or Anna's endings are so freaking just all over the damn place, though, too. If you mess up one timing, the entire timeline is fucked. You have to restart the entire damn thing.
Yeah, I accidentally did not give Anna the blood.
Oof.
I haven't played the game yet. I'm going to
have.
pretend I know nothing still.
I have. I just have to figure out what I have.
Sponsor Goldkin. His name's right there.
But don't worry, this was just one timeline.
There are millions of more.
At least 13.
Well,
the
we
number
got
for-
time. Should we try starting again?
Well, we don't
I'm
have
for it.
We don't have,
System,
don't have
you have
time.
seen
Time's-
what lies beneath the mask.
You've seen Lorem's bad ending. Also, we don't have time. Time's not here. Sorry.
Time is a construct.
I had
Meh.
I had to make that bad joke. Time, if for those who don't know, Time's a fellow streamer, and one me and Dev know, and Sky knows.
He's a good woof.
He's a good wolf.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
System, you experience just one of the many different endings of Angels with Scaly Wings. In order to see the story's conclusion, you have to play through the game a number of times.
I've only seen 6 endings.
During the next
personally.
playthrough, you may want to make different choices. You may even find the information you've gained this time to be helpful. Sometimes, you might even notice that your prior choices have changed a character or an aspect of the game's world permanently.
Permanently.
At any rate, feel free to employ the game's skip control buttons, Control and Tab, generously, as, by default, they will only skip text that you have already seen, making subsequent playthroughs much more palatable. and also makes alt tabbing much more difficult.
I mean, of the 14,605 alternate endings, you don't really need to see all of them
Only
in
one.
detail.
Can you find all the different endings?
There can be only one.
You have seen your
So
first
is
ending.
It said that you can actually permanently change the world in certain playthroughs.
Mhm.
Well, it would suck if Anna died every single time.
Well, I
Maybe
figured
if
Anna
you.
dying is literally just a choice that you make.
Also, you get additional options in subsequent playthroughs, like certain ones that we wouldn't see in the first playthrough, which we
think there's 13
we'll
different
have a
endings.
chance to see soon, maybe.
See, that was my
So would it
question,
be?
that if on a subsequent playthrough, we get to a point where there's a choice or even a conversation, and suddenly there's a conversation choice that wasn't there before, even if we'd done the exact same things.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. So Lorm's bad ending would have to happen anyways because you would need to make some sort of permanent change to get the good ending.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends.
So during the playthrough, after subsequent playthroughs, if you've gone through it a number of times, you'll actually have like notes of like precognition. Like your
Yes.
character will be like, I've seen this somewhere before, but where?
There's a reason why our character's having those dreams.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but like when Lorm got trapped under the bookcase and nearly drowned if not for you, if you would have played through normally and not done his quest line and then checked the inventory screen to see who likes you and who doesn't, he would mysteriously go static and his roommate will question, where is he? Because he went on the
Aw.
adventure without you, got trapped and died.
You can also like ignore everybody too as well if you really want to be an asshole.
Yes, you can be that guy.
Which apparently is an achievement, being lazy. You gotta like not investigate or do anything like 100 times. And I'm just like,
Spent every day just reading books about about dragon porn and bad
yeah,
dragon
lazy,
adventures.
not meet anyone or investigate 10 times.
But yeah,
And
this
then get killed by an asteroid.
this is the screen.
So,
Oh, sorry.
so you get some level of precognition. That's the permanent change, eh?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and the other characters.
Oh, the other characters start to remember too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you will permanently change their behavior just a little tiny bit that would prevent some of them from dying.
Mhm.
So Laura might have some recognition or something.
Yes.
Yeah, he would not get trapped. Because
No better
through
than
that
good.
multiverse thing, that big monologue, he will have just a little bit of an idea of how to change his behavior.
So when he encounters the store on his own, he'd go, "This doesn't feel right. Something's really bothering me. I
You'll-
don't feel
you-
like doing this
correct.
anymore."
He'll roll a
Yeah.
20 on his perception check and see the sign this time.
That's correct.
So you save everyone as you suffer through the same weeks over and over. You slowly save each person, you slowly change them, and eventually, at the very end, I mean, not too big of a spoiler, you get the option to bring everyone with you.
It's like Groundhog Day, except everyone's affected by it.
Yeah,
Everyone, including yourself, barely remember.
yes.
Also,
So you want to go through and get everyone's good endings.
This
Any-
is why you record your conversations every day and then listen to them the next day.
anyways,
No,
Yes.
we're not doing primer.
I was waiting for someone to
Anyways.
recognize it.
I was going to bring up now that we're back here. You can notice now the screen has changed.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kevin's there because I'm guessing you've done everything you can with Kevin.
Yep.
Yes.
And
I'm
of
surprised
course,
Lorm didn't show up.
Lauren
He is.
is there. When you get the bad ending, you just get a shadow of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
But when you finally get the good ending with them, the shadow fills in.
Poor Lauren.
You slowly
shadow-
fill out the cast, and
Yep.
the background changes as you progress through the story.
And certain characters can only be interacted with on certain storylines. So you basically lock yourself into one storyline when you're courting one dragon, and you go and explore those different timelines with every time you go through it.
This is really
Yeah.
cool. I'm definitely gonna have to find some time to play this myself.
So
It's-
yeah,
it's
Ibsen was
been-
right in a way. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Draco.
I was just saying it was one of those things that I kind of didn't get around to it, and then heard some things about bad endings and how it was kind of sad, and I was just kind of like, ooh, maybe I just want to have this as the infinite possible future thing of if I don't play it, there'll never be anything bad happen kind of experience.
Same reason why I refuse to play Undertale's bad ending.
I refuse to play
Ah.
Undertale at this point, and
I haven't played it yet.
mostly it has
Don't-
nothing to do with its ability to permanently remember who you've killed. The reason I've stopped playing it is because it desperately wants you to do the bad ending, but like
No, it
not
doesn't. It doesn't
do
It doesn't desperately want you to do the bad ending. In fact, it goes to great lengths to prevent you from doing the bad ending.
Okay,
However,
that's
if you
fair.
do the genocide before the pacifist, there is a secret other ending that happens with it.
Yeah, but the pacifist playthrough.
it's
is-
difficult as balls.
No, it's
Well,
not
also
difficult.
it's also
Actually,
guaranteed
it's
you
not.
can't get it first run anyway.
Right, you get the neutral,
yeah.
then you can go pacifist or genocide.
But even attempting a pacifist-like play is frustrating as all get out. I
No, it's
fucking
not.
hate the combat. I
Yeah.
hate the combat, and the combat is
Oh.
the only
Bullet
thing
hells,
that you can
bullet
really
hells.
do.
in
Draco?
there-
Yeah.
in there
Without
too.
spoiling too much, you can bypass almost every boss by being nice.
That's fine. It's the
Actually,
fact
there
that
are
It's
certain-
the
there
bullet
are
hell. He
certain
doesn't care
bosses-
for the
it's
bullet
the
hell.
bullet hell. It is
Yeah.
all the
Uh,
bullet hell.
All of the normal guys, yeah, those ones you'll have to deal with, but you can't always, run away. Running away is always an option.
Yeah, but the fact that it's like it throws me into this menu, and then I have to run away, and then I have to, and
It's
then I
the
walk
same
another 10 feet
reason-
down the-
Pokemon.
it's repetitive and boring, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
It's the
very
same
glad that-
reason I refuse to play Pokemon.
That's for this
Pokemon-
game, though.
Is fine.
Should we try doing our second round? I don't know even
That's
know even what time it is.
That's what I was going to. It's only
44.
9:44.
It's only
Yeah.
9:44. I got a couple.
So, I don't know if it's possible to save Lorm, but
It
let's
is.
see where we go this time.
It is.
If we go to the archives and get the platform, we can save him. But we can choose to focus on one or two people, and then we could probably save, I think, two.
Anyway, I wanted to say thanks because you've given me an idea for another potential online movie night.
Oh, okay. Make sure you
Is
write
that-
it down.
Primer.
So chapter
Mhm.
1, it starts with trauma right away.
The cards
Yeah,
change.
there's no need for the intro.
No, it would be a TV movie
Yeah, and
called
yeah, it gets for the-
1201.
That's the main reason why I also completely erased my save file, because I knew it wasn't going to do. I would go to completely skip the intro.
Yeah, you jumped right to when Remy drops you off, huh?
Yes, it skips right to here.
So this is what's confusing me. You said that the tarot cards change all the time. We just started and it already decided trauma on us.
Well, there's all 5 chapters are the same chapter,
Mhm.
but depending on the dragons that you court and you talk to, the tarot cards actually change.
I'm just pointing out that this tarot card has popped up before we've even done anything yet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it did last time too. I awoke from an easy dreams, looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night. Before the events of last night all came back to me. I was shot. Wait, no, I wasn't. What? Where was I again? Where am I again?
He shot me.
He stabbed me with a sword, Mel.
He turned me into a newt.
After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by
There's
the
fruit.
sun,
There's
Coming-
fruit in the room.
coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill, and nothing was exploded.
A sword? How weird is that?
Getting yes, I know. I can't remember where the reference is, but I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember.
Firefly.
Hoist
Oh,
by my own petard.
Yes, now I remember.
But if it was a Star Trek, you'd be hoist by your own Picard.
Boo.
Well, technically, Serenity. You're referring to Serenity. Not, I get.
Yes. Mr. Universe.
Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything, along with his own home phone and work number. There were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. Also wonder what dragon plumber crack might look like. Just kidding.
They wouldn't have one. They would have a tail.
It'd be plumber cloaca.
Yeah, just be a wacky tail.
My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang.
And what
When I-
musings they were.
When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon.
Guess who?
My records indicated. Guess who? It's the system. Oh no! It's onto us.
System!
It's
I didn't know the
Skynet.
system was a dragon.
My records indicate that you've already experienced this section in a satisfactory manner. If you wish, I could skip sections like these, which you have already cleared before. No need to read everything again. Isn't that great? How is this different from just using the skip buttons like Control and Tab? You might ask. Well, here's the deal. Using the skip buttons can be tedious, especially when encountering puzzles you've already solved before, or when faced with long dialogue trees. Sometimes, it's just easier to jump over a whole section and speeding it up, you know? Yeah, but I'm not sure how it'll work for the stream, though. That's the problem.
It would allow us to actually finish the game this, year.
Century.
So, during relevant sections, I will come in and ask if you don't want to just outright jump ahead. Sound good so far?
It's so hard.
Anyway, there are times when you might still want to choose not to jump ahead and use like this and use skip buttons as usual, and that's totally fine. Both methods have their own advantages and disadvantages. Jumping ahead will often skip minor choices that can be made, especially during character sections with lots of dialogue options. This can include parts that would unlock new achievements. However, jumping ahead will never skip important choices that you have to make, such as those that could result in good endings, or choices you make during your investigations. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not, but it might save you some time. Either way, the choice is yours. Would you like to skip ahead?
Well, who's at the door?
It would be
It's
Sebastian
the cutie
again.
pie.
It's Sebastian?
That Dragonmon.
Oh,
Okay.
it was
Yeah,
Sebastian.
we are.
Okay,
I-
wait,
I
wait,
can-
wait, 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 wait,
Okay.
Mel.
Mhm.
If when dialogue appears, can you like click to make the dialogue go faster?
Yes.
Yes. So
Okay.
okay.
I
So
want to do this. I'm gonna try speaking as fast as I can, but I want you to just totally interrupt whatever line I'm in the middle of saying.
what you want me to?
Oh
like,
dear
keep
God, no!
on-
You do not know what you ask. You do not know what you ask.
Discord
Do it
won't
now.
support that.
Do it.
You'll only be able to read 2 words at a time.
That's
My name is
fine.
Inigo Montoya. You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
I'm not sure what to do. Who wants to see Jordan try to speed to speed through a bunch of dialogue, and me possibly, because I'm pretty sure there's parts where I have to reply too. You know.
Speedrun
Me, me,
voicing.
me.
Oh God, speedrun.
Me. I want to see this.
Now you make me want to see an AGDQ of somebody who has to voice act a speedrun.
Voice act the speed run.
I would do it.
Oh, not only that, but they have to get someone that sounds like the guy from Bastion.
I
Of
know
course.
somebody who could
literally-
sound a little bit like Bastion.
Literally, the player is only allowed to advance a box after the person finishes saying the line.
You'd just get an auctioneer. You would be over with the game real quick.
I was thinking of an
no.
auctioneer
No,
as the first
no,
thought
no.
that crossed my mind.
The Micro Machines guy.
Oh no, I can't do that.
I have a
Okay.
feeling that the audience, we're not going to be able to do all endings.
Mhm.
That's pretty much a given. Otherwise, as we said, we'd be doing this for the next 5 years.
Let's just do the good
So-
endings.
We
Yeah,
can.
let's just do the good endings.
Oh, we can if we don't allow the chat
If we
take
don't
over
let them
importance choices.
The correct choices are usually pretty obvious.
I mean, we could make polls like
chose
at
Poorly.
before new playthroughs, just ignoring this one of who we date next. We could do that, but
Let's
that's it.
take-
When
Your
we get
stream,
get
your
up to that branch, we will throw up a poll and say which path would you prefer going. How about that?
Yes, we can do that. But for now, we are doing Lorm. We're gonna do our best to get Lorm's good ending.
Yay!
Let's do Lorem and Bryce.
Can you do both at the same time?
You can focus on 2 people at the same time, yeah.
I didn't think it would be possible. But okay.
Anyways, shall
Well,
we
I
s-
want to hear
Exactly what
more of
Jimmy kept
Shadow's voice.
screaming. That's exactly what Jimmy kept screaming.
Okay, you know what? We are going. I'm sorry, Jordan, but we're going
Hang
to
on,
skip
is-
ahead.
Oh, we are
Aw.
going to skip Sebastian?
Mm-hmm.
Do
We will
it.
have more time for Sebastian later. Trust me.
Do it.
This is just Sebastian
and
telling
this-
us, just anyways, like about looking around, isn't it?
It's Sebastian taking us back to meet up with Reva and Maverick and all that stuff.
Right, and then going to the place and
The cafe. and...
what? Aren't you given the question about the blood?
Yeah, didn't Anna do her thing?
It's still there.
We already did it.
It's permanent. That choice.
Wait, once you give her your blood, that choice is permanent?
Mm-hmm.
Your inventory keeps over through the multiverse for some reason.
So you've already magically got the sphere.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still in your pocket somehow. I don't
No,
know
no,
why.
it's
how.
still in our apartment. Remember, we keep forgetting to put it in our pocket. It's still in our apartment somehow.
So, hey, Bob, this is really throwing me through a loop. I thought the only thing that was permanent was your your precognition.
Your precognition, the character's precognition, and somehow your inventory.
So granted,
Oh dear God, that throws another wrench in the works. Okay.
the blood part is one of the important choices which the system does take into effect for that particular person. So even if it didn't remember the sphere, the blood would be a constant thing with the system. If you choose to skip, so it would
But
always
we've
choose
still
that
got
choice.
dirt.
Okay, then. So those experienced, if you did not give her the blood, what happens?
Well then, when you get to the point, you'd be given the option to do it again. It would stop
Yes,
right at
but
there. It would stop right at that
Would
point.
it
Yes, Mar.
would it change any of the story if you didn't give the blood?
Yes. Well, I mean, if you're doing Anna's side, that is, if you're doing all of Anna's stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, since you gave the blood and you can't ungive the blood, it looks like that entire branch of possibilities has been completely cut away.
Yeah. Granted, it wouldn't change like super much, and again, unless we were focusing on Anna for the first
Just remember,
run.
no matter if you give Anna the blood or not, you can always trigger the bad ending just by missing a single conversation topic with Anna.
Mhm.
Anything
Nonetheless,
you do with
okay,
Anna
so-
can simply make the bad ending. If you break
I
one,
guess
you break one piece, it's the bad ending.
giving the blood is what opens the avenue to communicate with Anna. Then
Yes.
Yes.
Does the system
okay.
Does the system lock you into the good choices once you did them?
I gotcha. Okay.
If they're
I
was
considered,
just trying
if they're
to figure out, like,
considered a satisfactory ending, and you've already gone through the bad ending and the good ending, they automatically assume you keep the good ending.
I gotcha. And so it's basically whatever dialogue lines we would have got if we never gave the blood is not very important.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, let's move on.
Anyways, Bryce,
Now that there's only 3 minutes left.
there's two. Well, oh yeah, Jordan has to leave around 11:30.
No. I said it's a small possibility, and I think it's pretty unlikely.
Okay. Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess there wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous part of the investigation. Oh wow, we skipped all the way past that too.
Yep.
Maybe I should have been glad about this, but no, I had an afternoon to fill. Oh, I didn't get a chance to change all my options to a suicide.
Was it suicide? Was it suicide? Was it suicide?
Also,
So, do we want to throw a poll up here, or are we going to immediately go for Lorm and Bryce? I think it's been agreed.
Yeah, before we do that, notice something different?
It's daylight, but I don't see anything else.
Look at the list.
Lorem is already selected, even though you technically in this timeline you have never met Lorem.
No. Look at the list. No, not for Draco or Shadow, because you weren't there at the beginning. For those who were well, I'm mostly specifically mentioning Dav and Dronon.
Sebastian?
Well, thanks for spoiling it.
Yeah, don't worry. I was going to say anyways.
Meet with question, and then you
meet
didn't want us to answer it.
Yes.
Meet with Sebastian was not an option before, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Where did we meet Lorm the first time through?
Mail carrying.
Oh, that's right.
He delivers you the message from Reza.
The first time around, we actually did Lorem and ordered some lunch.
Okay, so hang on, just so that we have a stake in the ground. We time skipped.
Mm-hmm.
What did we time skip to?
After the first murder.
Yes. We time skipped.
So we went to the Go ahead.
Sorry. So we went to the hospital. Did our first time through the hospital. We met Anna the first time. The part she takes our blood. We had the whole conversation with Reza being all cryptic and whatnot, and met Dean at the cafe. Had the conversation with her, and then
So we met Adine in the cafe. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then we went back home. Then the next day, we learned about the murder. And we did the investigation.
Wow. Okay. So Lorem would have already given you that message then at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we met Lorem, got the message from him, did the thing with the lemons, found Reza at the portal. The bad stuff happened. Maverick is hurt. You got sent back home again.
Yep.
And then the next morning, you got pulled in, asked to do the investigation, looked at the dragon, they got all cut up. Bryce and Sebastian asked you your advice on it, and now you've come home from the investigation. So thus far, we have met Bryce, Maverick, Sebastian, Adine, Anna, and Reza.
We've technically met the entire cast.
Yeah, all of that was just the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes!
We've now skipped everything to our very first choice once again. The very first time we got our choice for meeting people.
So this is the next day, afternoon, and the only thing that has changed is suddenly we have the ability to meet with Sebastian, despite the fact that you just left Sebastian at the investigation site.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And this is also for the viewers thing, so because I know that they haven't seen all of our streams. Speaking of, if anybody needs them, on my YouTube, I am uploading the videos, but Mel's VODs are still valid, so that would probably be the best choice for the time being.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the VODs are still up for the
I think it's 2 more weeks.
The first one's probably actually gone by now because no, it's still there, but it will be gone soon. It will be gone soon before next Thursday. If you want, Dav, you can post to your YouTube in the Twitch chat.
Yep, getting off my butt. 1 second.
One.
I will provide the YouTube URL. Oh, no wonder I couldn't open it. It's on the other screen. Let's continue. I will provide the YouTube URL in chat in just a couple moments.
So, I will be sadly, since we're trying to do the whole Lorem and people also, and apparently there's also hope for Bryce, we will do Sebastian another timeline.
Also, he has a puzzle that I don't know how to solve.
Pretty sure I solved it before.
Well, it's a card game, but I suck at card games.
Actually, there's a cheat for that. There's a very, very cheese method for that.
Anyways,
Choose rock every time.
Anyways,
Nope.
we're meeting with Blue Dav, which will probably, and the game will probably actually make us skip through, honestly, because I'm pretty sure we did the first meeting satisfactory.
Mm-hmm.
I am now disappointed that there isn't a character named Ipsum.
Actually, we have.
That was the one I was voicing.
It's his roommate.
News for you.
Nice.
They're both Goldkin's characters. Lorem and
Yep,
Ipsum.
Ipsum is being handled by Sky, which I think he did a fantastic job with.
Yay!
I thought that was the Sears name.
Hmm? What was the question there?
I thought Lorem created the Ipsum sphere.
No,
Lorem and Ipsum are roommates. Ipsum owns the Ixum sphere.
it's IXO sphere.
Oh, the Ixiom. Okay.
Or IXOM, yeah. Sphere.
I mean,
In any case, 1 second. I'm creating a new playlist so that everybody can benefit with, having a playlist.
Well, it's still narrator part, so. I went to the bar Lorem had suggested as our meeting place. When I looked around, I saw Bryce sitting at a table, talking to someone I couldn't see. I lingered on him for a second, but soon spotted Lorem in the corner of my eye. Okay, and we'll wait for Dad to be ready.
Yeah, I'll be just a couple moments here.
I like this music track.
Okay, YouTube. I've created the playlist. How do I get a shortcut to it now?
You basically click the playlist, view playlist, and then it should say like youtube.com/playlist/numbers.
Trying. I'm in the playlist editor, and it's not being very helpful.
Try going to one of the videos in the playlist, and then it'll show up in the sidebar.
Okay, there we go. I think this will work. There you go, everybody. That's the YouTube URL for the playlist, and I will be uploading every stream there as we go.
Thanks, Dale.
There we go. Okay.
There you are.
Hey, Lorem. And just as you start opening our system, do you want to skip this part?
No.
Oh, yep. I called it. My records
In a
indicate.
satisfactory manner.
My records indicate you have
got the
already
good-
experienced
That
the
means
scene
you
in
navigated it
satisfactory manner.
correctly.
Would you like to skip to the end?
Well, what do you feel like
If you
doing?
want to get two people in, if you want to get two endings in, I imagine you'd want to skip whatever you can.
Yeah, probably have to skip.
With this, we'll just give everybody the summary. Since this one is not as interesting of an interaction anyway. Mel meets Lorem. Lorem tells Mel that he is making a video game and wants to know more about humans because he wants to have humans as a playable character in a game of his that he describes as basically The Sims, but full of mythological creatures.
And dragons.
And dragons. And the whole thing is a back and forth between the two of them comparing different mythologies and checking to see that if they have similar ideas of mythology. And your Mel's character notices an alarming similarity to a lot of things, whereas Lorem is super fascinated by just how many different kinds of just how many different kinds of human type myths and are out there of different type of human shaped mythological creatures. And eventually the thing ends with him very shyly asking if she's willing to see him again in the future to talk more about it, and isn't and he's very anxious about whether or not she will agree.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay, onward.
as you wish. Don't worry about it. I'll just consider it a public service.
Honestly, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, especially after getting denied by Sebastian when I first met you.
Just make the best of it.
I certainly will.
Well, I really have to get going now. So maybe I'll see you another time?
Sure. Have a good night.
Take care. Alright. Well,
Shadow needs to voice Bryce.
okay,
Of course,
okay, we're
Every
gonna...
time the system said, as you wish, what it really meant was, I love you.
I just realized that the system is actually a character in the game. That's why I kept saying, the fourth wall never breaks. The third wall is shattered.
The system is the fourth wall. We have to break the
No,
system.
no. The system is a character, so it's not a fourth wall break. You won't
Does
know
that
this
mean-
until the secret ending.
Does that mean that you
Okay,
can
no more
seduce
spoilers,
the
Sky.
system?
Shh, no tellies.
Anyways,
Made that up.
let's meet with Bryce now, since Sky really wants Shadow to do Bryce's lines.
Wait.
Voices.
Mel,
Mhm.
is this a kissing game?
There is one kiss in the game.
You want me to
No,
do
there is
Bryce-
0 kisses in the game. They have snouts. It's the geese.
You want me to do Bryce first, right?
Yes.
Am I
Yes.
getting this right?
He remember he is a police chief.
You'll be figure out what voice to give him the moment you see him on screen. Don't worry.
Oh, I know who he is. I know exactly who he is.
Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of day. It didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office, considering his size.
Hey, Mel, what's up?
Oh God!
Nay.
Oh no! Nothing much. But you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation, right?
That's right. What do you have for me?
I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Reza for a couple of years, so I know some things about his personality.
I see. Well, that's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kind of things would be useful to add to his profile to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done here for the day, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy.
Sure, let's go.
Just one.
All right, let's go. Here we are. And just in time for happy hour.
Do you come here often?
Sometimes.
Right. Who do we have?
Maybe Draco?
Yeah, I was gonna say Draco. Want to take up? Want to be the waiter?
Sure.
He might pop up again later, by the way, in a different job.
Possibly. No spoilers.
Hey, what can I bring you?
There you go. Just the usual.
One generic beer for the chief of police? Sure thing. And how about you, Mel?
How'd you know my name?
Ooh.
Thank you for asking. I was going to.
How couldn't I? Everybody knows about you. So what will it be?
Well, I know what will... but at the same time, it's like, I don't like it, but I know...
Ending.
Hmm?
Do what you think the chief will enjoy.
I know, me too. Mhm.
He's muted himself again.
Sorry about that. I was waiting for you to finish and then forgot I had myself muted. Because I have to keep getting myself back into the voice. Noted. I'll be right back.
It wasn't long before the waiter returned with a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with foam-topped, dark amber liquor. Carefully, he set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp.
Oh.
He brought one for me as well, provided in a glass that seemed more appropriate for my kind.
There you go. Just call me if you need anything.
Of course.
So that answered one of my questions that would have been fantastic first round. I was like, I wonder if they have bowls or glasses.
Well, now you know.
So just to
Now
make sure that I'm
you know.
catching this right, the voice that you're doing,
Shadow.
what? Yeah. I'm trying to place where I've heard it from.
Trunk.
The actor's name
yeah.
is Patrick Warburton. He plays
I didn't-
Kronk in Emperors and Kronk's New Groove.
Yep.
He plays the wolf in Hoodwinked, and he also does some guy in Venture Brothers as well.
But there's another two things that I'm thinking of.
And then Joe from Family Guy.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
one.
that's the one one of the ones that I was thinking of. And if I'm right, he also did a voice in Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. And if I'm right about that, it also means that he did the voice for this website of Wisconsin cheese for different hamburgers, which unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. But the only reason it was a great website is because all of the different burgers had these amazing descriptions read by the same guy who did the voice of this character in Mystery Inc. And it was absolutely nailed because of it.
Right. Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Poison specifically designed for Cusco. Right. Anyways. So, what is it you wanted to tell me about Reza?
There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right?
That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him can help us. How about you tell me what you know about him?
Well, he has a really mean right hook.
He shot me!
Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken and never failed to speak up and make his opinions known. He was the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you can also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff, though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered him praise from them. He was quite the character. After we graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a very long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, was I surprised to find out He was the human who would be sent to your world first. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I could actually meet him again, however brief our interactions were. But then, I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There's only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry test we had together years ago in order to receive the message.
Say you did not arrange this beforehand?
Not at all. I had no idea.
That is quite peculiar.
I know. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered when we met at the portal.
We do as well, and you can believe that.
How was Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it?
He could have easily done so since he was in charge of Reza and everything. But he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Reza has just been a poor show of character.
I suppose so.
In any case, thanks for telling me all this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful.
Oh, no problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up.
Hey, waiter, bring me another.
I hadn't noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency, while I had barely touched my own drink.
Here you go, sir.
And that would totally be me with a beer, honestly. I'd barely touched the thing. Ugh. Bryce was just about to start this on his second when he suddenly spoke up.
You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest?
Oh no.
I just remembered how good Bryce's good ending goes, and you're gonna love it.
Alright. Well, actually, you know what? I got his good ending by taking a slightly different route with it, but...
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
But, alright. I did.
That's what I like to hear.
Considering they don't even have cars, at least I don't have to worry about drinking and driving.
Rules are simple. Both get around and we wait a few minutes until the next one so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses.
Also, Dad, there's your answer about the vehicle thing, or at least the car part.
Yay! I was right again.
Do they have any laws about drinking and flying?
Oh god, drunk flyers.
Also, I was right. He does Sheriff Bronson in Mystery Inc.
Now you have me thinking of poor Lorem, like having one too many and like flapping around, like just aimlessly bumping into things.
Andy.
One is too many.
Your wings and reciting the alphabet.
How about
One is too many for Lorem.
How about Andine, since she's the main flyer of the group.
Now, and of course, the better bit is Mel's character invites him for a drink. He gets drunk, and Mel has to carry him home. Just scoop up Little Dragon and walk home.
Yeah, boy, I think this all lead to the same conclusion, so I'm just gonna say that sounds easy enough.
Sure. Just wait until you have a swing of the real stuff, and we'll see how easy it is for you. All right, let's do this.
He made a show of looking at me in the eyes while he loaded his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly, this was going to be tough.
Now all I can think is a dog lapping bull sound.
Well, not lapping, just dipping his muzzle in.
Well, he does make lapping motions, which means... Can you imagine the mess?
My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon?
I need some freaking lasers here.
Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could, while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very different from any other beer I've tried before. Yet I preserved through the intense taste until the glass was empty. Yes, instead of tasting like dirty dishwasher, it tastes like gasoline.
I mean, dragons would drink that.
I probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass, and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face.
How'd you like it?
Oh, this is some really strong stuff. Okay, Leo. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks again for the tip earlier.
Told you. You better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you harder later on. Want to give up already?
Heck no.
As you wish.
So, when's the next round starting?
Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? Don't lie to me. I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing, I see, and not the alcohol.
That's not a blush. I swear, it's not a blush.
I'm sure it isn't. Anyways, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from.
Well, I'm having a drinking contest with a dragon. How can I not love this?
We'll see how much you like it when I've drunk you under the table. Way to bring us another round.
Draco.
Might need to ask Bryce if he's able to carry you home.
Coming right up.
He's most likely going to have to. Or to the hospital
Here you
first.
go. Having ourselves a little contest, are we?
You know how it goes.
That I do. Be careful, Mel. He's a pro.
Oh.
The hell?
Is there something about a contest?
Wait a minute, what the hell? That's my character's name.
No.
That's literally my alternate character name. What the hell?
Here we go again.
Okay. I've already been in the game once so far. Don't tell me I'm in the game twice.
Let's make it 3.
Should we have Dav voice this one too?
I may as well.
Yeah.
Do it.
Did I hear something about a contest?
Maybe.
Nora, rename the game Davs with Scaly Wings. Dav, are you sure your friend did not add more versions of it?
At this point, I'm starting to get suspicious.
The game was made for you.
Up to your own shenanigans, I see.
No, don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either.
Point taken. Enjoy.
And that's the last we see of him, I think. Of course he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll have to just try my best, and try not to get alcohol poisoning.
In case you guys are wondering what I'm flipping over is in most games, I'm Davwyn. Whenever I do not use Davwyn, the alternate name of choice is Xith, Xith. I have never used that outside of Dungeons and Dragons or other roleplay things, and sure enough, there's Xith.
True facts.
I went
Play
first
the
last,
zither.
so it's your turn now.
What was that, Dav? I mean, what was it, Dronon?
I never knew Dav played the zither.
Well, everybody would call him Ziffy in no time, but nonetheless, my alternate character name is Xith.
Yeah, he's making another obscure joke. Because it's
Huh?
Dronon. Dronon's making
If you
another
went-
obscure joke.
Oh.
If you went into the flint and steel business, it'd be a Zitho lighter.
Oh. But, you might remember Mel Xith. Remember Tamamo and Xith?
Mm-hmm. Only that was a mini drag, aka pseudo dragon,
Yeah. AKA the not Dav.
aka the beep cannon.
No, Meepcan was from GURPS.
Oh.
And that one was called Davwyn.
Right. As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquor, I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There. Your turn.
Did I see you struggling there for a second?
Maybe that's my tactic. Maybe make you think I'm struggling so you'll let your guard down. Roaring laughter erupted from the dragon as his paw struck the table, rattling the containers resting on it.
Keep it up, kiddo. You don't still stand a chance if you can make me die of laughter. As for my turn, let me demonstrate.
Once again, he consumed his drink, though his swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he clearly held the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around?
There.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Now, let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all the stuff about Reza. Was that the only reason you wanted to mate with me?
Maybe. Having a little fun doesn't hurt, right?
That's so. I won't disagree with that.
He's blushing.
Waiter, next round.
Coming right up. There you go, gentlemen.
Thanks.
How are you holding up?
Just fine. Thanks for asking. I still only see one of you.
If you say so. Good luck.
Why does the waiter have 3 heads?
Was it your turn or is it my turn?
It's yours. I think. Yeah, it's yours.
Nah. All right.
By now, it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he was still faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it in one go.
Now, it's yours.
He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore.
I read that as even though his bowels held more liquid.
Oh.
Just
Oh.
like, oh no.
No, thank goodness, Lee.
I had to pause a few times, but in the end, I made it.
me drunk.
Though I wasn't sure how much more I could take.
I'm getting a
So-
contact was from voice acting.
So what? What do we do now? Huh?
Wait for you to throw up so I win.
You wish.
I can see you're close. Just a question of time now, Sonny.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I like either two options. They're
On-
both that'd be funny.
Both of those are fantastic.
Why are you so goddamn attractive?
I just am. Got nothing more to say about that. Waiter. Next round.
There you are. Although I might have to cut you off soon.
Cut you off.
Literally, the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe, if I just held out a little longer.
Whose turn is it even?
I think it's yours.
I think it's yours, though.
Very well. At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round, it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until eventually, glass was empty. Your move, thief. For the first time, I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief? Or insecurity? I guess my feet caught him off guard, as he seemed generally impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this.
Shit. I like you, I really do. But I'm sure as heck not gonna let you win.
He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl, bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now.
Oh, there.
I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice. but I could not make out the invisible words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes. Just for a little bit.
Hey, you okay? You fell down. You look kind of messed up.
I've noticed the background has gotten nice and blurry.
Yeah, I was watching the double vision. I was like, if only they did it to the foreground character too, but I think I know why they couldn't.
You know what's neat? When the text box appears, it gives him a scaly texture.
Yeah.
I
But
like
he
the little
doesn't
scaly
have
texture too.
wings.
Yeah.
Good to hear that. Ready for another round? Or do you give up?
Let's try not to kill yourself.
That's no fun.
What does Sky think? Shall we kill us?
I forget what the right answer is.
Honestly, I think with Bryce, I think the actual answer is knowing when to defeat. I think I
I
better
don't think
stop
so.
here.
I think it's you got to drink hard. I think.
I forget. It might
But I
be the
think-
bottom one.
I'm thinking this one. I'm thinking this one might have the same effect no matter which one you do, anyways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect the game developers to make you drink yourself to death, so I think you losing, but being a good sport about it is what matters.
I think I better stop here. You win.
Guess I'll just have another to secure my victory then.
You know, it was fun watching you all and all, but you've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is.
See, told you. Every single one of them would have had the same result.
All right. I'll be going then.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Maybe you should go with him, just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of an unspoken rule around here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so.
When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. If I have to...
You'll be doing yourself a favor, too.
Foreshadowing.
Come on. Let's get you home. He's still unconscious.
Well, I can definitely say that will not make him happy on the last two. The first one, maybe.
I think the first one is a good one.
Yeah, we'll do the water. This should do the trick.
Where am I?
Still in the bar. Come on. Let's get you home. I awoke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that I appeared to have apparently slept on the floor.
I gotta ask, if you didn't do Lorm first, would you have passed out and missed his opportunity?
Where am
Probably.
I? This isn't my apartment. These aren't my pants.
Don't
Why am I wearing
those
Wait.
pants?
You found other pairs of pants?
What pants? He doesn't wear pants.
Exactly, he was naked. Oh
Okay,
my.
He looks way more humanoid there than he should.
I guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce.
He's drooling.
Okay, was that the game or was that one of you two that made that sound effect?
Sorry, just seeing the wake up Patty just make me laugh because like after all the comments I've been making about Bryce's size after the incidents with the stairs.
I have concerns, also questions and comments.
Not that kind of incident. You just different sized dragons have different sized stairs, and we're kind of doing an investigation in a place that had stairs meant for a smaller crowd. And going down was fine, but going back up, that was a different story.
Something tumbles the stairs dragon.
More like something stopping, chasing after a suspect got halted because of white hips.
Sorry, this is something personal. I will remark that the person who is known as Tumbles the Stair Dragon, he really regretted what happened, and he eventually apologized for it.
Yep,
not
I'm
long
aware.
after. So
He's also not a dragon.
What happened?
it's
Oh.
an old
Basically, a
drama,
guy
very
got
old
drunk at a
drama.
con and did something very embarrassing and then fell down some stairs.
Anyways,
I'm not even sure what you guys are referring to, but let's move on anyway.
good morning, sunshine. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes.
Oh, damn my head. Why are you even here?
I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home.
Oh, right. After our little game.
Do you remember who won?
I don't even know, but you stood your ground, and I respect that.
I'm shifted around above my knee against the desk. I keep doing that every so often. You'd think I'd learn, but nope. That's less about learning, more about just remembering my spatial awareness. This is garbage.
You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you?
I just admired your morning wood. Coffee table. Coffee table. I meant the coffee table.
I just admire the mahogany.
Mahogany.
The dragon rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn.
I imagined him stretching like a cat.
Yes.
You know what? I'm sorry. Oh, contest thing was a stupid idea, and I shouldn't have suggested it, especially not to you.
Well, not like you forced me to participate, so I suppose I share some of the blame.
Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened.
Deal.
Wait, what time is it?
Sometime after sunrise?
Damn. I really should get going or I'll be late to work. You know how to get back to your apartment from here, right?
I think so.
Guess you should be going as well, kiddo. Maybe I'll see you some other time.
Okay, where did I leave my shirt? Chapter 2.
Duty.
They said duty.
So mature.
I mean, look at the group that you brought
It's
in.
rated, was rated M for mature. This stream is rated M for mature audiences only.
My system indicate... Sorry. My records indicate you have already experienced this section in a satisfactory manner. Would you like to skip to the scene section? Selection.
Can you tell us what it is? Because I wish you would give us a better hint as to what we're skipping.
So we're
I
skipping...
think
No, we are skipping the part where we go to the apartments and first meet the administrator before we knew who they were.
the very deep and manly voiced administrator, yes.
Deep and manly voice administrator.
Okay, Dr. Claw.
Right. So
continue.
this is
Next
just
slide,
us going to the scene. We get interrupted. We go to the small town, find out that the generator is missing, meet masked person who we find out later is the administrator, and poor Bryce blocks the staircase, making Sebastian unable to run up the stairs after them.
Mm-hmm. And I believe it's hopefully going to give us the part where we go to like I know we go because the selection would be to go to the park or go to the other two places, which I'm hoping it's going to skip us directly to that.
I think it is.
Because after that we have to go to 3 places to check because those are the places where Reza was seen last. So we will skip ahead.
As you wish.
It was a relief to leave the crime scene, considering all that had happened. When I reached into my pocket to take a look at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tetsu written on it. How did it get there? My earlier encounter with the masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. I figured if someone like Bryce tried to do something like that, I definitely would have noticed. As for Tatsu, the only thing I could think of was Tatsu Park, which I had come across when I went to the police station the other day. Even if that park was the place the mysterious paper referred to, I didn't know if it was actually a good idea to visit. The masked person may have saved me from the falling light fixture, but if it was Reza, it would mean following someone who was also the prime suspect of 2 murders. I also had to consider the list of places Reza had been to: a local grocery store, and the production facility we had visited, and the library, where there are 3 places closest to here. It certainly was going to be a busy day, and I knew I wouldn't have time to visit all of them. So, now, visiting Tatsu Park again for a certain encounter would involve doing that part, but since Corgi's not here, I'm actually going to skip that part.
We haven't done the grocery store yet.
That's what I was thinking of doing actually, the grocery store.
Clickety clack, 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 clickety clack, clack, clack.
Oh, I thought my microphone was muted. Sorry about that. It was right on the hinge spot between mute and not mute.
I entered the store. The sound of a bell alerting the staff to my arrival. Seeing the patrons browsing the shelves, neatly stocked with wares of all kinds, evoked some feeling of nostalgia and normalcy in me.
So, I remember last time we were around on this side, we went to the park, but the problem was when you went to the park, we did find the sphere, which is magically in our pocket now, but also there was that safe under the bench that we didn't know the combination for.
Yep. We can't do anything with it yet still.
You can actually.
Okay.
Really?
You can do it at any time. You can do it
Well,
at any time.
I'd rather do it when we actually have all the pieces for the puzzle, which we don't have. Without cheating.
It's not cheating, it's precognition.
This would be precognition from a different precognated person.
Precogception, bro.
Anyways, this must be the store Reza's been shopping at. Oh, there's a familiar face. Who's he talking to? Hey, I think I've seen her before.
It's the
Oh, that's
little
a cutie pie.
cutie.
Yes, the cutie pie that ran by you.
You want me to take this?
Dronon, it's your voice.
Wait, the store clerk?
I mean, sorry, Draco. I meant Draco. I said Dronon.
Sure.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, but this prescription has expired. I can't fill it like this. You'll need to tell your parents to visit the doctor so he can write you a new one.
He turned around, nearly running into me when she suddenly bolted toward the door. Draco.
Oh, sorry. Hello, Mel. How can I help you?
Wait, aren't you the bartender from the other day?
That I am. Did you have a fun evening?
Yeah, it was alright.
You know, you can do more in the bar than just getting drunk.
Oh, really?
I could show you sometime if you want to.
Is that an invitation?
Well, if you put it that way, it kind of is. Anyway, how can I help you?
Who was that, by the way, that little dragoness?
You mean the girl? That's Vara. She comes here occasionally to pick up her mother's prescription.
That's my original attention. Do you remember Rizza coming here at all?
Of course I do. It's only been a few days since he was last here.
This will sound a little unusual, but can you tell me what he bought?
Are you just talking about the last time, or every time he came here?
Both, I suppose. He came here more than once?
He's been visiting pretty regularly now that I think about it.
Interesting.
I can look up his purchases if you like.
Oh,
That'd be
sorry, folks. I'm going to have to be right back. I'm just going to need a bathroom break here for a few minutes.
Sure, not a problem. Well, we'll hold up if we need you again. We'll catch you up when you get back. Anyways.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. If it's too long, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. That would be really helpful. Thank you.
Shouldn't be too broad. Just give me a second.
Watch them carefully navigate the register's buttons, soon followed by the sound of the attached printer.
Here you go. Receipts from all his purchases.
Oh, that was easy.
Since our government takes care of all his purchases, they're filed separately. It was easy to pull them up.
Well, it looks like he bought mostly food and snacks, sometimes magazines. But why was he buying lemons every single time?
I can't say that I didn't notice, but I figured it was just a human thing.
Strange. In any case, that was more information than I expected. You have my thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, I guess, well, I'm done with that. I guess I'll just browse for now.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'm guessing that was supposed to be what teaches you to go in your own kitchen, find a lemon, but you figured that out first time in one go.
What am I
Most
even,
likely.
What am I even looking? No, this is after, by the way. But if you hadn't figured it out before, because you can't.
Yeah, your
miss it.
precognition when you go back again.
Yeah. What am I even looking for? Let's see. I'll take a look at the bread selection. They have a surprisingly big selection. Why do dragons eat bread anyway? I guess I'm least covered in that case. In case I want any melon bread.
I honestly am disturbed that the dragons can eat any dairy products, honestly.
Ooh, who should we have voice? Oh, another random character that won't pop up again.
I think that's a female.
Yep.
I would assume so.
Who?
All right.
Who's here?
So,
I was gonna do the cute little dragoness, but I'll try her.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hey, you.
Oh God, I forgot.
She's wearing a
about
box on her head.
I forgot
oh, yeah,
about
it's
her.
pink lemonade.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. What do you say, melon bread or lemon bread? I mean, the only difference between the two is like one letter. How am I supposed to choose?
I don't think that's how it works. Why don't you just go with the one you like more?
That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Not a cardboard box on your head. Alright, let's move to the produce section. Who would have thought that dragons are big on produce? I don't even recognize some of these. Alright, now time for the meat. Meat, of course. Lots and lots of meat. Fresh meat, smoked meat, cured meat, dried meat, packaged meat, prepared meat, ready-to-eat meat, meat snacks, burgers, kebab, nuggets, whole hams, bacon, meatloaf, sausages. And that's not even all of
Whole
it.
hams? Those would be huge.
Needless to say,
Prehistoric pigs are huge.
needless to say, well, I mean, some of the dragons are pretty big too, so it's... Needless to say, they have that area covered.
Remember,
I'm talking
this
about
is
the
a
pigs back.
convenience store.
The pigs back then were the size of small cows.
Haven't you seen a dragon eat a small cow before?
Have you seen Bryce? Don't forget how big Bryce is compared to.
It takes up a whole couch.
Look at the. Anyways, let's take a look at the health aisle. Everything from food supplements to skincare to even birth control. The variance in product sizes is astounding, especially when talking about the birth control.
Oi. Well, considering Lorem versus Bryce,
Oh
I can see that-
no.
I
Oh
can see
no.
why there's different factors there.
no.
Human sizes to garbage bag.
Yes. I mean, the text on screen right now, I finally figured out what the character's looking at.
I think
Because I was thinking drugs.
I think these ones.
What? I missed it.
Read that. Oh,
What is he?
no.
We went to the health section now to look at things and
Yes.
saw the contraceptives.
I think that the upper level of dragons is well past the murder human if they tried mark.
I think
Yes.
Oh.
I think these ones could fit on my arm.
Those aren't gloves.
It's gloves without fingers. It's a fingerless glove.
Go back,
I'm
Mel. Go
gonna,
back.
all I'm gonna s-
Abort! Abort!
all I'm gonna say is, I know plenty of people who would just call those sizes challenge mode.
That's not a dildo. That's furniture.
No, they're special party balloons.
Have you seen some? Have you seen some of the meaty toy sizes?
Yes. Also, there was a conversation I had in college about a particular dildo called Thor. It's 3 feet long and a diameter of 8 inches, and one of my friends says, that's not a dildo, that's furniture.
Diameter or circumference?
Yes.
Diameter.
No.
It was 8 inches in diameter.
Anyways, let's go back. Enough browsing.
So, Mel, I really hope that how big was Bryce again?
He only took up a 2-seat couch if you look at the picture.
Yes, but that couch might be dragon scaled. We're not 100% sure on that. And I've seen couches where the cushion is only 3 feet apart, or I've seen couches that have a cushion that's like 6 feet apart. If those are 6-foot cushions,
He takes up an entire staircase.
I have questions, comments, and concerns.
I'm so glad I came to the producer
Is-
now
is
in
one-
the mail section.
is one of the bad endings where you and Bryce go to the bedroom and only one of you return?
No, that's the good ending.
Oh, Shadow's
Good for one does not mean it's good for everyone.
Oh, Shadow's missing this conversation.
Here's a Monty Python reference. Of course, you have to understand that any number that Mel gives you will be 10 times too high.
Oh, shush. Enough browsing. I should get back to what I came here for. System. You looked at everything the store has to offer. I love how it has the exclamation mark at the end. Anyways, we are done here, so let us leave. Well, I suppose that's all I can do here.
Still, I'm pretty sure Bill would not have the space.
And goes back to check the double check this. Consider something, then goes back out again.
I think the production facility could get us started on Anna.
Yes, let's visit the projection facility, because that's actually what I was thinking of doing next. Reza was allegedly here at some point. Maybe I should ask Anna. Hello? Anybody home? Alright, we had to deal with this douchebag first. I believe... Oh yeah, we had Dawn do this voice, but Dawn's not here, so...
Draco!
Draco, this
Damien,
guy's a bit
Yeah, I
of
can do
this
this.
guy's a bit of a douche.
he's a scientific asshole.
Can I help you?
I was just looking for Anna. This is her lab, right?
Why don't I ever get any recognition? This lab is mine as just as much as it is hers. Either way, Anna's not here. Would that be all? Get back to work.
Well, since you work here, maybe you can help me instead.
Oh, of course. Your precious Anna isn't here, so you'll have to settle for me. I see how it is.
That's not what I meant.
Of course, of course. Let's just get this over with.
You could start by telling me who you are.
Here's the short version. My name is Damien. I work in this facility, and I'm unfortunate enough to live in the nightmare of having to deal with Anna on a daily basis. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too.
And you are?
You don't know who I am? I mean, I'm kind of a big deal around these parts. Wait, did I say this before?
Of course I know who you are, but your assumption validated the point I was going to make. You see, this whole thing about you coming here has been blown out of proportion. It's like some huge event that everyone should be celebrating. Newsflash, not everyone cares. Once both of you are gone, life will return to normal, and we can all get back to what we should actually be doing.
I imagine a lot of it has to do with those human myths you have.
I can only reiterate, not everyone cares. What exactly did you want again?
Well, I'm here to see if Reza's been here recently. Do you know anything about Reza's visit to this facility?
I've seen him a few times. He would come by and ask about progress of the generators. There was this one time when Anna told him she'd have news, but when he came over, she just wanted to run some tests on him.
Did he go through with it?
No, he wanted some compensation, I suppose. Nothing she could offer her satisfied him, however, and that was that.
What kind of research is Anna doing?
Cancer research. She thinks she can cure it, but she's out of her mind.
Is that such a bad thing, though?
The way she does it? Yes. She's wasting resources that could be better spent on projects with an actual chance of success.
And what kind of research are you doing?
Right now, guess who gets tasked with running all of those tests on your blood?
You did?
That's right. While she goes out and does whatever the heck it is that she wants to, I get to keep an eye on that experiment.
Well, any interesting results?
Not just yet, but soon we'll know more about your body than you do.
How long have you known about Anna?
Why do you care?
I just want to find out what kind of person she is. You might have an idea.
I'll put it this way. I've known her far, far too long.
Ah, crap! With my mouse, I moused way a little too far. Sorry
You know
about
what I
that.
like? The lab coat has enough room in the sleeves for wings.
Yeah, he has wings.
Oh, that explains it. He has proto wings. Okay. Poor guy.
And he
can't
has an
fly,
ear
but he has
hole.
proto wings.
Oh.
Yeah, I like the ear hole. Way bigger than mine, but
wing
that's
suit.
basically what I have.
It's a wingsuit.
Welcome back.
Boo.
Thank you.
Anyways, well, that's all.
Well, you missed the dickhole ass.
You missed.
I can't words. Scientist. You missed the dick of a scientist.
The dickhole ass.
I was
not
going
the other
somewhere.
Dickhole ass. There's a
and
different
my
Dickhole ass
words-
that we were talking about earlier. That is a different subject altogether. That we're now past.
You missed us going to the store and looking at the health section.
Yes, and one that Mel could put her arm in.
That's all the
And,
context you're
Draco
getting.
And Draco has now has the horrifying discovery that it is not a drug.
Well, no, I expected the health section to be talking about contraceptive drugs, and then the text came up on string about the protagonist being able to put their arm in one, and I just went, oh my god, they went there. Because my brain was elsewhere. It wasn't horrifying, it was just not what I expected.
Don't worry, I actually forgot that first they actually did go there. I was actually thinking like the actual the birth control pills, but it's like nope, they actually do go there.
It's the same reason why I always dare to wonder, how the hell do you get a Chihuahua and German Shepherd cross? Every time I think of it, it just
don't
gives
think
me
about
up
it.
at night.
Don't think
Just make
about
them
it.
Artificial.
You make them angry. That's how they get crossed.
Boo.
Oh. Anyways, thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Oops. I dropped my condom from my Magnum Dong.
System, you interrogated Damien.
Interrogated is the
Interrogated.
only adjective that is appropriate.
That is definitely a good adjective.
The afternoon sun hung low in the sky. I decided it was
Sounds
time to
getting real,
report
huh?
my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. System, my records indicate that you've already experienced this section in a satisfactory manner. Would you like to skip to the character selection? AKA, skip to the part where Sebastian says, "Ooh, this is a nice chair," and go all the way to the top pick our date. So let's get
I
ahead.
may as well, I guess. Just for the audience, just give the fast summary as to what happened between here and there.
Pretty much did. Our oh, never mind. It just sends us straight here. Still. Anyways,
Anyway, you said you had some information for us. So, what did you find? The receipts you got are interesting. There might be something more to them, or they could just be a useless record of his eating habits. Well, you never know what you might find out about a person, their habits, or their plans this way.
So yeah,
I think what you skipped was Maverick encountering you.
Oh yeah, we skipped.
That's right. It's Maverick's encounter, right? Just him telling you off.
I thought that was the next chapter.
And
but...
he's watching you.
I thought that was the next chapter, but yeah, there was that. But yeah, there's that. We also skipped the beginning part where where Sebastian was saying, "Hey, this is a comfy office," pretty much.
I'm not sure if there's anything special about Anna wanting Riz's blood. I mean, she's a scientist, so it's natural that she'd be interested in something like that. We'll have to talk to her about it, though. Maybe she has some more details for us. Well done, Mel. That gives us some solid points from which we can continue our investigation.
You did well on the second investigation.
In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That should be all then. Since Bryce still hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on. I better get out there and help him. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment?
Of course.
All right. I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Oh, that chair!
Finally, some free time.
Oh, the chair.
Whatever am I going to do?
Oh, look, there's a Bryce.
Hold on.
The store clerk is an option now.
Hold on. Oh. But my mod thing just popped up for some reason. Oh, because there was a typo there and it triggered the moderation thing that I have up for certain words.
Oh, I see it.
It because it's one letter off.
Ha!
Oh, that's why
Zora Arc,
it broke.
You're on thin ice, bro.
I am
Thin
so
ice.
confused.
Me and Davwyn see it. It's so we can
It freaked out over the word toy, and Zorak just accidentally wrote bigger, but he dropped the B by mistake, and the sensitivity obviously thought it was something else he was trying to type.
Gotcha.
We will not say the word.
Yeah.
Do not say it.
I was just very confused. That makes sense now.
Yeah. I was confused first too because I saw it pop up on my. I saw something red pop up on my thing. I was like, "What is that?" Because it wasn't popping up on my phone.
Honestly, Mel, I wouldn't worry about the word, Igor being permitted. It's a typo.
No, yeah, I already went it through. I just making sure it didn't actually messed up with the pad or anything. So it's like. Same thing with Toy, because Toy was like, why? I mean, I kind of sort of understand. I can understand why in some context, but it's like, eh.
Well, syntactically, the Toy would be throwing a sensitivity system. I can see exactly why. Again, the act of discussing it is breach, so we just leave it.
Oh god, we'd have to do the thing with Bryce again to do the store clerk thing.
Well, we just want to see Lorm and Bryce again anyways, right?
Yes. Yeah, so we're that's another thing we're gonna have to do in
Meet
another
the
timeline.
store clerk.
Well, he did invite us.
Yep. So it's an option now.
Oh no, you met the store clerk. Because as part of the investigation, you don't have to do Bryce to see the store clerk.
Oh, really? I thought we'd have to do it again because we had to meet him
That-
twice, anyways.
That only triggers the greeting text, and then it's the same.
Okay. It's
I think you just want to keep going with Lorm and Bryce.
Yes.
It's the only way to make them like carry them all the way through, right?
Yep. So we're gonna meet with Lorm. It's gonna tell us to skip. Unless we missed
Yes,
something.
this is a very long conversation. As much as I enjoyed it, it's way too long.
There you are. Come in.
Yep, we've already experienced this in a satisfactory manner. Let's skip to the end. So
Sadly, yes.
So to summarize this meeting, so we meet up with Lorem. Lorem shows us pictures of some of the
Absolutely horrific versions of humans.
yes, some of the mythological humans that he had sketches of. Not, I don't think they were. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if they weren't hit once he's done or once he looked up. Particularly the human female one was horrific.
Yeah, and basically, Lorem draws pictures of Mel's character. Ipsum walks in. Ipsum gets to have a chance to tell him about his scientific conjuries he's doing. They go into many worlds theory and explain how the universe is a torus. If you guys want the details on that, go watch the first VOD or maybe the second VOD. It is way too long to recap here.
It's the second
But
VOD.
basically, they said every time you activate the machine to, like the portal, the reality splits up just a little bit more, and the wormholes that hold reality in the torus shape becomes a little bit weaker, allowing alternate realities to pour through into your reality.
So yes, we shall.
And Dronon was joking.
Not anyone's jokes.
They're actually talking about bagpipes.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Would you like to stay for dinner? It'd be the least I can do to compensate you for your last afternoon.
Let me see. What time is it? Getting late, and I probably shouldn't stay out this long. Looks like I'll have to decline for now.
I see. Well, I got something for you at least.
I gotta do something.
Well, I gotta do something for you at least.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll meet some other time.
If you say so. Thanks for doing this at any rate. It's been a huge help.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. Really.
Alright.
I should really get going now.
Sure. Take care.
Cute little blue boy.
Alright, nothing going on today. Guess I could do whatever. Alright.
Read books. No.
Bryce.
Let's meet with Bryce.
Yes, read books. Get the lazy achievement.
Hey, Mel. Good to see you.
Thanks for the invitation.
What the hell, that last line?
Your face?
Your face.
I know, there's just some stupid lines and just... Actually,
To get the angry ending.
I can just understand if, like, he recently got the scar in his face that your character would say that, but he's had that since you met.
No need to be so formal. Sure, I'm the chief, but here, I'm just Bryce.
Wait a minute. Something seems different here.
What do you mean?
Oh, and that's it. We were both sober.
I thought we weren't gonna mention that.
Right.
Don't mind the chaos. This is just a temporary arrangement.
He led me inside and motioned to the couch. When I took a seat, I looked around and realized that his apartment was obviously designed with not a single person in mind. With
Only
what
a
it's-
sing-
with only a with only a
There's
single
no
person
one
in
here.
mind.
You don't say, mate, do you? I'm obviously a figment of your imagination.
Sorry, my brain kind of
It's
sometimes
really
slips up
puzzling
words.
why he has drywall with exposed bricks in random places.
It's an
Style.
aesthetic choice.
Yeah, it really is.
Jesus, you don't
Ugh.
seem to be beating your ass. Some days all you can do is be glad they're over.
Long day at work.
You know how it is at the police department, especially with everything going on. I would say the middle one.
I'd go top.
Yeah, I'm going top. Well, is this a bad time for me to visit?
Heck no. I could use some good company right now. Good company. So, what do you usually do for fun in your world?
Sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you. We can read. We can do a lot of that soon.
Workout.
Well, you like the
Friends.
manga.
In
I'm a
bed.
fan of hentai myself.
We're terrible people.
I
You
like
brought
to-
this upon yourself, Mel.
Well, I like to meet up with friends.
Right with you on that one.
How about you?
Different things, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it is.
That's not very specific.
All right, I'll show you something, but promise you won't laugh, okay?
Sure, I promise.
Good.
He went to a shelf on the far side of the room and picked up a long object, carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table before me and sat and not that kind of long object. God damn.
All I can think of is Bryce as being a bad dragon, and then I started thinking about just like, oh, you're not
No, he would not be bringing one of those.
This is called
Yeah.
Thor.
This is only the second date, damn it.
No, he's a good dragon. He's a good cop, and he's a good dragon.
Carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table before me and gently set it down. It was a wooden model ship. From first appearances, I guess
I'm
it was
sure it is still full of semen.
I guess it was a child's first
Dad,
attempt.
Draco.
All of them.
Give me a sec to regain my
Story
composure, please.
derailed.
It's all organic.
I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'm as much as I blame you two. Dav and Skype also deserve bops for bringing this situation upon me in the first place. From first appearances, I guess it was a child's first attempt at assembling a model. While the shape was recognizable, there were odd pieces jutting out, or not fitting together properly at all. In some places, blobs of dried glue remained from excessive use.
Right. Glue. Glue.
Oh no, yeah. Not the first one.
Yeah, not the first one.
Wow.
Not just harsh.
I didn't realize that was a hard. Oh my god.
Is that one of the ones you have to do, Sky?
If you want the bad ending,
looks,
Yeah, apparently.
Commit suicide.
looks nice. Looks nice.
You don't need to lie to me. I know fully well what it looks like. But that's not the point. Even though I try, I don't always make the best decisions. I know I'm not the most patient person. But in my line of work, you never know what they're gonna throw at you next, so you always have to be prepared. Can't have any exploitable weaknesses. And of course, I want to be fit for duty. As a chief, people look up to me, so I have to be my best at all times. You can both tell the model's not very good. I don't have the patience or the dexterity for it. But I tried my hand at this to get better. Sure, it took me way longer than it should have. My claws were covered in glue for a week afterwards. Glue. But you know, these models aren't even intended for us. They're made for runners like Sebastian, who have proper hands to do that kind of stuff. I know this ship isn't much, but it's something. Maybe, if I keep trying, I'll get better.
Wait a minute. You have ships?
Friendships. Not in this town, but yeah, we have ships, all right.
I have another ship joke, but I'm not sure how to word it right, so I'm just gonna move on.
Skills.
All right,
that
it's
was
set
so.
sail.
You replied to Mel so fast there. I didn't even pick that up until after you finished. Friendship.
Why does that surprise you?
I just find it interesting, because where I come from, we also have vehicles for land and air travel.
Oh, some of us can fly and some of us can run well, but none of us can swim beyond the seas.
Do you even have different continents?
Not that I know of. You'd probably have to ask someone who knows more about our world than I do.
How can you not know about something like that?
Well, we do get the occasional explorer who ventures out into the uncharted seas, but I don't really keep track of that kind of thing.
Would you want to visit if they ever found one?
Guess I don't find the thought exciting, but in the end, I've got my people here and they need their chief.
Maybe you could take a vacation. See what's out there.
If I ever have time for that, maybe.
Can you swim?
Not particularly well. You may have noticed that I'm not exactly streamlined.
Streamlined where it counts.
There's another one to instantly make him mad.
Hey, you're the pinnacle of masculinity.
Why, thank you. Glad you think so. His muscles are the result of years of hard work. All right, put your hand on my forearm.
Give it a good squeeze.
Don't you technically have 4 legs?
Listen here, smarty pants. I guess it's easier to say forearm than specifying the upper part of my foreleg. Besides, using the word leg might get misinterpreted. That might make you think you're my thigh, and that would be something else entirely.
Wow. Okay.
Well, that is the opposite of making him mad.
Acceptable and perfect.
It's
Oh wait, no. I misread the third one.
maybe the top.
I mean, I could. Okay,
It
I
is
could
only
technically
the
save and
second
do it. I could save and see where it goes.
Yeah.
Let's just see where this ship sails.
Say, what's that thing you're pulling out there?
Don't worry,
That's
it's my
just
glue
my
stick.
fifth leg.
It's my glue stick.
I was going to talk about her quick saving, but okay.
Not that I
This is a
mind.
fossilized baculum from a pterodactyl.
Glue stick was way better than what I had.
Not
Oh.
that I mind grabbing your thigh.
It's a push pop. Is that so? Well, let's just keep it on the arm. For now.
I placed my hand on the upper part of his foreleg, somewhat surprised at the warmth radiating from his scales.
I hope you're ready, because here I go.
His forearm shifted, the shape of his muscles changing as they became more defined. In a moment, they were firm and bulging, scales flaring under the stress, and looking as though they might pop off at any moment. It reminded me of a flexing bodybuilder in a skin-tight lycra suit. After a few seconds, his muscles relaxed and regained their former shape.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, color me impressed, and yes, flex my own penis.
Wow! What a waste of time.
And yes, I know. It's just they
Wow.
they don't pull their punches with how terrible you can make yourself be. Like they just make you like be like the absolute.
You only have to
worst.
choose one of these asshole options, right? You don't have to do every single asshole option, I hope.
One is enough to kill it.
Yep, all
Good.
it takes is one. And heck, technically, again, there's one that I thought wasn't an asshole option, but turned out was. Like, I thought it was just a playful option. And I'll tell you right now, it's one of Remy's options. And I didn't realize I should have said
Oh
beforehand.
yeah, you make fun of Remy for any reason. It's instant bad.
I didn't
Instant
think.
bad.
I didn't even think it was making fun of. I thought it was just a cute thing and just.
It's super sensitive.
I get he's super anxious. I'm not surprised.
Oh
I
my
know.
God.
I felt so bad and even worse later, but I'll do it to myself for now and let's just move on.
Just don't pick the wrong option.
Yeah, just. I mean, I could show it later on if people are curious, but I'd rather not.
Now let's continue.
Yep. So, to show off how
Color-
pathetic
color.
I am.
Weird flex, but okay.
Hmm.
Well, color me impressed.
What color is that? Didn't
Wow.
expect that, huh?
Gold.
What you do is you freak him out by showing how you can rotate your you can twist your rotator cuff of your shoulder and twist your wrist the opposite direction. And you're like,
Oh my God! Your
Oh, dear
balls
God,
aren't
that's
put together
disgusting.
correctly. What is wrong with you?
I actually had a 9th grade teacher who could actually do that on command. She actually used to get out of class when she was a kid because she accidentally, quote unquote, fell and her arm would just be like all twisted up and she'd go,
Well, in this case, I'm talking about the natural human movement we can do that no other animal except for cats supposedly can do. We can roll our shoulder back and twist our wrist and elbow in different directions, which any animal can't do because they have discs. We have a rotator cuff followed by a double jointed elbow followed by a flexible wrist. No other animal has that combo. So
Humans
can do
are
some really
space
weird-ass
orcs.
positions. Yes, we could do some really weird ass arm movements that to any other animal would seem incredibly painful.
Awesome.
Today's biology lesson is supported by.
Well, to be fair, it would certainly impress the dragons.
Gav
For the
is
wrong
as
reasons.
cute as he is smart, and he's as smart as he is cute.
Yeah, so it's too bad that all those muscles couldn't help you when Reza got away, and you. Oh God, why did you have to word it like that?
Ouch.
Wow.
SW me?
Ouch.
Seriously, why?
So
Okay,
which
screw the
option
other
did
bean
you just
options
pick?
then.
I picked the color me impressed option.
Yeah, this is a mandatory line. Out of all the mean things, I think that was the worst.
Yeah.
Too bad all those muscles couldn't help you when Reza got away and you got stuck in those stairs. And this is where the part where I wish I could reach through the screen and slap this version of myself. Stop being stupid. Screw you, system. I'm gonna break this fourth wall if I want to for this moment.
Quick load. Quick load.
I could go back and redo
The
that.
character just randomly
Just
goes.
click on, click on.
Yes, I'm gonna click on.
Your character just randomly. Ow! Where did that come from? Somebody just slapped my face.
That wasn't my fault. It was the damn stairs.
See, he's smiling.
Watch your words next time. Speaking of which, this old Kate's been completely insane. It's always a step behind Reza and Maverick running around trying to catch himself. Wonder what he's been up to.
Maverick?
No, Goose. Yeah.
We had an interesting conversation not too long ago.
I feel some of these references are going over the heads. What? What exactly was that?
Well, when I went into town to check your list of places Reza had been to.
How come you didn't say anything about that before?
I didn't think it was anything worth mentioning. It was a pretty one-sided conversation anyway.
Alright. Maybe you should start from the beginning. But don't fade to black this time. I don't want to say he's crazy, but I have no idea what he's talking about. You didn't say a damn thing.
Me neither.
You know, next time you should let the police decide whether something like that is worth mentioning or not. Why did you not tell us about this again?
I thought it was just Maverick being Maverick.
He's normally not like that. I don't get it. Why has he been acting like that?
Do you think he's onto something?
I don't know, but there must be a reason behind his behavior.
Maybe he is right about Reza.
Do you think so?
Think everything that's happened so far? It's possible.
That would put you in a very bad position.
I know, but if it was him, I can't change what he's done. I can only try to help you as much as possible.
I'm just thinking out loud. But Reza was the first of your kind to come here. You arranged a generator and a PDA trade, and then you came through the portal to deliver your part of the deal. Did your people have any goals or long-term plans for us, or was this exchange going to be a one-off thing?
It was just supposed to be a scouting mission more than anything. A test to see if this kind of business relationship could work out at all. And if it did, it would make humanity very happy. Things aren't looking very good on that front right now, though. But, yeah, that's another reason why I'm helping you.
However this whole thing turns out, no matter what happens, I've got your back, okay?
Likewise.
Now that's the spirit. Hey, I'm gonna grab myself a beer. You want one? I think it's the top one here.
Yeah, I think it's the top one. Sure.
All right.
Bryce got up and left through one of the doors to fetch his beer. leaving me alone in the room.
Okay, so I wonder if they have beer bottles or if they somehow have packaged beer bowls.
They eat straight from the keg, or the barrel. The big ones go for have beer barrels.
Every day is
Examine the blanket.
Actually,
just
come-
rub your face right into it and take a big whiff of his scent.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, he probably would have a beer barrel that he uses to pour into his bowl.
Yes, I'll examine the blankets. Interesting pattern. The way the dark blue stripes contrast against the lighter hue is very pleasing to the eye.
I see you're admiring my feng shui.
He reeks of alcohol and dragon, though.
Ooh, dragon.
I did say to rub your face in and take a big whiff.
So you learn what dragon smells like.
System.
What?
You examined Bryce's blanket.
Apparently, that is something noteworthy to do.
I don't remember this.
Each one of those is a separate achievement.
Right.
Oh.
Bryce lumbered back through the door. The handle of a beer-filled basket clamped in his mouth. Okay, so we're all learning. It was a
There you go.
basket. It was a basket.
Just still, okay, so it's like a mini cake thing.
He, caref-
Basket, a basket. I have my beer basket.
he carefully set the basket on the coffee table and took out the beers one by one. Once he was done, he swatted the empty basket into the far corner.
Oh, okay, it is beer bottles then.
Fuck yourself if you
cans?
like.
Bryce's store-bought beer looked very different from what I had seen in the bar. They were presented in large plastic bowls that were sealed at the top, reminding me of yogurt containers.
God damn,
Damn.
the first time. I was right
Damn.
the first time.
Wow.
Are you sure you weren't the writer for this game?
Okay, I have been predicting everything they do. Every freaking prediction.
I know you're in the game as Blue Dev, but I think you secretly worked on this game too.
Yeah, Lauren is just my alternate universe self, and our universes are leaking into one another.
Related.
And you almost didn't want to play this.
Was it the Berenstain Bears or the Bernstein Bears?
Don't start
Or the
that.
All I
Scheme.
remember is the cover with the "Don't eat too much candy" looked so good, and it made me want to eat all the candy.
Let's just hope it's not the universe where it's the bloodstained bears.
Okay, but come on, I predicted the freaking
Goldilocks
bowls.
never seen it coming.
You did.
Come on.
It could be plastic,
Yogurt
large
cups.
plastic bowels.
Anyways,
Okay,
Coaching
I'm
Sky.
Take care.
This is
I mean,
Coaching
it's okay.
Sky
this is
from a few minutes ago. Davwyn is as smart as he is cute.
Yep.
see this is why the chapters take so long.
I can't believe I predicted that.
He broke the seal on one of the containers with his claw and proceeded to drink it noisily.
Oh, sweet nectar. Always does his job.
Can I ask you something?
Go for it.
How do I drink out of this thing?
Oh, come on, Nell. It's a
I
bowl. You know how to sip bowls.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched how you carried the beer. I was going to ask, how do you do daily tasks like shopping, for example? But I guess those baskets are your best friend, right?
It's just how we do things around here. Not sure why it's so special to you. You could call me good with my mouth.
That makes me wonder. I know you can use your forelegs well enough for things, but what about your hind legs? Can you walk on those?
Walking on them right now.
Good questions. If you're talking about my species, some of us can, at least a little. But me, I probably wouldn't be able to make 2 steps that way.
Interesting.
Maybe that's something I should practice as well. Be a good exercise and discipline. Regardless, I wouldn't be part of any competition anytime soon.
You have competitions?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you?
Each species get their own athletic competition with a few events every other year.
Well, that sounds fun. Ever thought of joining in?
It's not really my kind of thing. I mean, it's always just about who's best and strongest, who has the biggest muscles and all that. I'm not into that whole competitive lifestyle. Some of those events can also be a bit dangerous. One accident, it could be over for me as chief.
Yeah, that sounds rough. What kind of competitions do you have?
I usually highlight the individual species, strengths, and abilities. We get to do strength-based stuff, the flyers get to fly, and the runners get to run, and so on. Speaking of which, it's kind of funny just how upright you are when you move. Runners lean forward and use their big tails for balance, whereas you have yours tucked into whatever it is that you are wearing.
It's not a tail.
Oh, he thinks you still have a tail.
Actually, we don't have tails.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Why does cardboard
Wanna
back
see?
here?
Take off your pants. I want to see this.
Not at all.
Did he actually say that?
No.
Okay.
Seriously? Having alive as a tail. How can you just not have one?
Some animals just don't have tails. Us included.
But tails are wonderful. Just look at mine. That's a pretty wicked weapon right there.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong at all.
And you just have nothing?
Can't help it.
You know what? I don't believe you. Take off those pants.
I'm not sure how I can make this any more clear outside of.
Just take them off. What the hell? Hell yeah.
Just want to look at my body.
Show me.
All right, you asked for it. All right, here goes nothing.
Oh my god.
Put that away.
Tell my Mel.
I can't believe it.
Show him your feet.
I really can't believe it. You don't really have a tail.
I told you so.
Why do you cover it all up? Anyway.
It's a human thing. We usually don't show our bodies to strangers.
So, friends are fine?
Well, that'd be an unusual friendship. Let's just say displaying that area would usually imply more.
Is that so?
And he's blushing.
Okay, so we've got tails covered. How about wings?
I don't think we call these things on my back's wings.
No, I would say more that I mooned him, though he doesn't know the concept of that.
You could call me Ruffled Bryce because I have ridges.
Because ruffles have ridges.
Yes, we know.
You're welcome, Captain Obvious signing off.
I'm gonna throw
Call me
I'm gonna throw
Pringles, 'cause
imagine.
once you pop, you just can't stop.
I'm gonna start throwing imaginary dice at you people.
Once you go scaly, you'll be back daily.
Oh, what are
If
they?
you
then?
go Bryce, you'll think it's all nice.
Careful, Mel can throw nat 20s.
This is going to go well with the commentary that's going to follow. Well,
Yes, Mel went undressed for him, Zorark.
well, what are they then?
Articulated pieces of armor, I guess.
Can you flap them?
I could try.
Bryce got up on all fours, grounding his body and preparation for what was to come. His face contorted into a grimace as his upper body strained. He held the pose for a few seconds, but nothing happened, except for his continuous groan of effort. Then, suddenly, his wings started to move. Slowly at first, they swayed up and down. They gradually picked up speed and moved in a rhythm that could rightfully be called flapping. It reminded me of the pigeons I often saw back home. After holding it up for a few seconds, he breathed a sigh of relief as he relaxed and the flapping motion stopped again.
You call me Flappy Bryce now.
A single bead of sweat rolled down the side of his face as he looked at me, panting.
I don't usually use those muscles.
Can you do that again? I wasn't looking at it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was certainly a first. Too bad they don't have any flapping competitions for my species. That was exhausting. Just the right time for a beer.
Now,
I would say do nothing. Do nothing.
okay, we'll do nothing.
Yeah, I think do nothing.
I sat back and watched Bryce as Bryce took the last beer, opened it, and took his first sip with a slurp.
So I've been wondering, what does it take for someone to become humanity's ambassador?
I'm still not quite sure how I ended up here. I guess in my case, it was a combination of the right degrees, volunteering, and a great deal of luck.
What kind of job did you have before that? Were you like politician or like diplomat or what?
Actually,
I dug holes.
pretty much. Actually, I was none of those things. Reza maybe, but certainly not me.
I guess it's not like you needed ambassadors to represent humanity before, right? That makes this whole process a first, unless you had aliens show up at your place before.
It's funny you say that, because for a while there was actually speculation that you were aliens.
Well, it's not like we fly around in spaceships or anything. Hey, there's another ship.
Strictly speaking, the word alien refers to any form of life that doesn't originate from our own planet.
So that makes us aliens to each other, huh?
Well, I'm not sure if that would be a good descriptor for your kind.
Oh. Why not?
Let's just say where I come from, the word often carries negative connotations with it.
That's no good. What does that make us then?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to make up new words for sentient, civilized dragons. What do you think about us humans, anyway?
You're tasty. Good with ketchup.
I have that bumper sticker.
I know many others have their own ideas of what humans are or what they're supposed to be. I'm not buying into all that, so I just take it as it is.
And how is it?
Well, you've been interesting enough so far, and Reza, I'm reserving judgment on that one. It's so funny to see people talking about humans all the time and what your presence could mean, while I'm one of the few who's actually gotten to meet you and knows what you're like on the inside. Can I see those pants again? And people still don't know about Reza. That'll certainly be interesting.
What do you think will happen once the truth about him gets out?
I'll start worrying about that once we know what the truth actually is.
Good point.
You work with the police long enough, you learn not to have any preconceived notions about such things. Take things as they are, and do what's necessary.
I imagine you've seen many things as chief.
I've seen tailless people. I certainly have. Usually not the kind of thing I should tell people about, though.
Why not?
Not sure how it's done where you're from. People here usually don't like me telling them about the horrible things I see at work.
I see.
Man, look at the time. We spent all afternoon talking.
I guess
Just like good drinking buddies.
I guess I should be heading back to my apartment.
You know, a few friends and I do this barbecue thing every year, and it's going to be pretty soon. You want to come?
Oh God!
There's
Sure.
going to be glue sticks all around.
Oh,
Oh.
sure,
Oh, that was bad.
sure. Sounds like fun.
All right. I'll call you later with the details. Detail? You don't have one. Can you find your way out?
Are you too drunk?
Oh. Yes, I can find my way out.
Look at you, you're plastered. Just like the stucco on the wall. See you soon, man.
And Draco's just
Okay.
dying now.
Draco, Skills, Sky, and myself are a very dangerous combination to have together, and Dronon can just probably act as a catalyst.
I'm having fun.
I didn't say I wasn't.
a spectator in all this.
See you.
Sky, I could hear the steam whistling out of your ears from you resisting.
Correct.
Oh, we got intuition again.
Yep, Lorem reached for the moon again. Cutie pie.
He thought it was a cookie.
He thought it was a cookie.
Well, we are.
Everyone knows the moon is made of cheese, Gromit.
Well, we are actually going to be calling it here because it is 12
yeah.
o'clock.
It is
It is
midnight.
late.
Holy shit.
Well, Skills, it was awesome working with you. That was amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for letting me have fun here.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you Sky for finding Shadow here, and thank you Draco for coming along as well. For filling
No problem.